Is this a podcast? Episode 10,
Huh?
I think.
9.
9?
Oh,
We skipping. We on episode 9.
Two-parter.
Bro, I've been trying to figure that out. We've done an episode every month. I feel like we did 2 in 1 month. We lost an episode.
Remember, differently alike. I split it up because they had that Jackson Wang episode.
Nah, but I'm saying like there was one. So we didn't skip a month. We're in month 9.
No, we didn't skip
Right?
nothing.
wow.
Yeah, we're in month 9, so this is
But,
episode
but,
9.
but the first month we did 2.
True.
So that means somewhere along the line we lost something.
No, we didn't.
Okay.
Wait.
Dang.
No, we just.
Unless my math is wrong. We in month 9. 1 month we did 2.
That math's mathing.
Now you got me confused.
That's the whole.
Show me the numbers.
Yeah, show me the numbers.
We've done 9 episodes.
Somewhere along the lines, y'all, we lost the podcast.
It was like 10.
We can't.
I feel like we was on 10.
I feel like 10.
I feel like
too.
we should start skipping. Rory and Maul skipped some numbers.
10 toes down.
You know what I'm saying? We got to get our numbers up.
I believe it's 9.
It is.
Okay, I thought so.
I mean, I just double checked.
Okay, cool. I'm always saying.
9/10.
No.
Yes, 9.5.
9.5.
Yeah,
I like that.
I like that.
We got some topics today. The topics are 1080p. You mind going over topics? We got some hot takes.
I
We had
thought we only had one topic.
I'm about to say.
Yeah, we have one topic
You said
we got some
topics.
topics.
and some
Man.
hot takes. That's topics.
We have a topic and hot takes
Yeah. We got some topics of hot takes.
and a few questions,
And we got some questions from you guys. You guys said we don't talk about ourselves.
which is crazy.
Yeah, I know. If you,
Like,
that just means, you might have just got on the board. You just
you
got on the train.
and
Yes.
welcome. We love y'all.
Oh, for sure.
Big loves.
We have talked a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, every recording we talk.
Right. So I guess
I just called what you said. I'm sorry. I'm super late.
we can go ahead and get started with the first topic. So 1080p,
Okay.
could you grace us with the opening topic of the show?
Yes. So artists aren't being so quick to renew their current. No, that's not. God, words. Reading. I practiced this and I still suck. Okay, whatever. So artists aren't being so quick to renew with their current labels. Word is Irene of Red Velvet hasn't re-signed with SM, and Lisa of Blackpink turned down $40 million contract. So we already seen Kwasa leave her former label. What are your thoughts on these events?
Okay. I guess I can go first. Look, man, I start this off the same way I started off all the time. Yeah, I know I'm in favor of the artist, right?
Yes.
Everybody knows that. So I don't care if people don't want to sign with their labels. You know what I mean? I think what's happening, you know what I mean? And I feel like Lisa knows how much she's worth.
Oh,
And
yeah.
she's like, it damn sure ain't $40 million. I'm pretty sure that the first contract Blackpink signed wasn't favorable for them. You know what I mean? That's the way these music contracts go. So it's time for her to get her money. The show money is great and all of that, I'm pretty sure. And I know some of the fans are torn, but the labels got the money. They just need to pay up. So like the short said, pull the Brinks truck up. Drop the money. She told y'all in the song.
She did say it.
She told y'all in the song, drop the mother effing money. You know what I'm saying? That's falling in the air. She love the way it feels. Drop the money. You know what I'm saying? Rumor is she's dating Bernard Arnault's son, one of the richest families in the entire
I'm about
world.
to say, who's that?
Whoa.
I don't know who that is.
Owner of LVMH.
Oh, huh?
LVMH, Louis Vuitton, Hennessy, Moet.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I'm not familiar
50%,
with those terms. I'm sorry.
50% owner of
I'm
Fenty.
sorry.
I thought you said Velveeta. I said Velveeta.
Velveeta.
I was like, ooh,
Ooh,
a lot of
ooh,
cheese.
Yeah, they own 50% of Fenty.
Okay. Okay.
Wow.
Super rich.
Okay.
The amount of money they amassed during COVID is absolutely disgusting
Interesting.
because so many people spent their STEMI checks on LVMH stuff.
Okay.
I don't know if they're dating for real. Even if they are, it don't matter. It's nobody's business.
Right.
All I'm saying is that she's seeing how much she's worth. I think K-pop fans should be prepared for the possibility that Lisa might not re-sign with YG.
I don't know
Blasphemy.
I feel
I'll see.
hey, let me
Can't
get my
do
take out. Let me get my take out. I feel like Lisa could be one of the biggest international artists in the world. Not just in K-pop. Like I feel like she's getting that image. She's seeing it. She's coming to America. She's getting love in America. Everywhere, every country she goes to,
Yeah.
she gets love. Lots and lots of love. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like just seeing how people that don't listen to K-pop interact with her verses and stuff when they're part of things. I feel like Lisa could be huge, and she's using her leverage
Yeah.
to broker a big deal. And either YG pays up or they don't. That's really the end of the story. So if it don't work out and Lisa don't sign back with Blackpink, mind you, we're recording this mid-September. So if this is sorted out afterwards, disregard most of the stuff I'm saying towards the end. But if she doesn't re-sign back, don't turn your back on her. Be
Yeah.
mad at the label. The labels had the money. Don't be saying she's greedy. She didn't, she's asking for too much money. Look, the labels didn't get paid.
Yeah.
This is how the label deals work. Look into the business. And Lisa is handling business right now. So let her handle her business. And if YG wants to handle business correctly, she'll be back with the group.
How you feel about Irene?
I feel like Irene, why would Irene sign back? Let's be honest right now. Dead serious. Hey, let's be honest.
Nah.
How much attention has SM given to Red Velvet lately?
I think we've expressed how mad we were about that.
How many times, and no shade to aespa, how many times has aespa dropped in the last 2 years? How many times has Red Velvet dropped in the last 2 years? aespa's on tour in the United States right now.
Ooh.
Has Red Velvet came to the United States?
Oh, they haven't.
I mean, not since Wendy's gotten back from her injury.
Yeah.
Like when they come to her, like seriously speaking, as her, and she's looking at everything that's happening at SM right now, right? Baekhyun, that situation is sorted out. Don't matter. It was an issue. Taeyeon, that situation I believe is figured out. I'm not 100% sure. But how much have they pushed Red Velvet? This is one of the staple girl groups in SM Entertainment. So if I was Irene and they bring that to me, I'm just like, what have you shown me to make me think that you're going to actually make me a priority here? I would be reluctant to sign back too.
It's 9 years, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Ooh.
Almost a full decade.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you see Hwasa's, she's doing her thing. She's being able to be successful with another label. I feel like at this point, it's not about loyalty. Like, back in the day, NBA players didn't want to sign with nobody else. You had to be loyal to your team.
Yeah.
Now they figured out, like, nah, the teams made those a thing because they wanted to keep the money low.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want people bidding. You were a trader if you traded teams. They set that up. And now look at the labels. They got people feeling like, yo, Lisa don't want to re-sign back.
Ooh.
Like they're leaking. They're leaking these stories, yo. Irene's not considering
before a
joining
whole
back.
concert too. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
wild.
Right. Lisa's
Trying
getting
to-
mobbed at the airport.
Yeah.
Like, sign back. And it's just like, yo, this ain't on Lisa. Yes, she could sign back for $40 million, but she generates more than $40 million a year for that label.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So if she's asking for more, trust and believe she's had somebody run them numbers and they said 40 million ain't enough.
Man.
So no, if I was Irene, I'd be like, why? You got to show me why I should re-sign back.
Well, y'all, this is just the reality of the business.
Ooh.
Okay.
The business. Sorry.
I just gotta put it to that. Regardless of what Lisa or Irene or any K-pop,
Oh, it's gonna keep
idol,
happening.
Oh, it has to.
I'll get
Yeah.
into. We as fans gotta recognize that sometimes your faves might leave. Sometimes your favorite groups might break up. I mean, I say this with confidence because I feel like we've been through this a lot of times over here stateside with hip hop groups, R&B groups. We know how.
Ain't nobody came to see you, Otis.
Otis, come on.
So it's just, unfortunately, a side, effect of the business. But, to keep it K-pop and to keep it within, the lanes of Lisa and Irene, Lisa sees that money, as Dame was saying. They've been on these tours. They've been to Coachella. They see how these fans respond. And if that contract ain't speaking right, what's the use of, agreeing with it?
Mm.
If you were trying to get a promotion at your job, like, aren't you go try to do what's the best for you?
Yeah.
For all the work and time that you put into something, and you're like, that's it?
Yeah.
We got to be realistic with this type of, situation. And, speaking on Irene, that's been 9 years.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, the thing that happened to Wendy was really, really sad and kind of halted the group. But you got to think about yourself at the end of the day. You got to keep on moving. You got to keep, just probably, that's her passion. She loves, performing, singing. She wants to get the amount that she wants out of it. Everybody is different. But I just want to make sure that, fandoms, because, I see how these fandoms react. At the end of the day, be happy for your specific individual, for the group. Be happy of, and I'm not trying to say Lisa's leaving. I'm just saying, if it happens, if Lisa or Irene, if anybody, your favorite group leaves, cherish the moments that you had and support their endeavors for it. That's all I'm asking. So regardless of what happens, just know that it's based off the individual. You could say this is a diplomatic response. I don't care. I just feel like if you really truly support the idols and, whatever they do, you'll be like, hey, we with you. Thank you for all the memories and everything you gave us.
Yeah.
And we hope that you continue to do more. We got to be realistic about these things, man. This has been, how long Blackpink been active? 7 years now?
I was about to say about 7.
We gotta be realistic about this stuff. These contracts, they be like, yo, we need you for another 7 more years. And you be locked. You can't do nothing.
Been there most of your life.
And you just gotta be realistic about this stuff. So hey, just show love.
Yeah, hey, this isn't good for business. I tell you, at least in my opinion, 40 million isn't a bad number. I'm joking. I'm joking. But honestly, for the keeping the K-pop, I like that term. But keeping the K-pop, this is not good for the machine, in my opinion. Because if the groups are breaking up, or disbanding, I feel like that could hurt the ecosystem in some aspect. There should be an incentive to kind of keep these things going, because if not, you may see more independent artists and groups, which I think will be a great thing, but I think it could interrupt what K-pop is doing right now. At least that's what it feels like. So I think as artists, they should get the money, because they're not, if I'm not mistaken, they're not owning these songs. There's no ownership. So whatever you get, you get. So you better get the money up front, because you're not going to catch anything on the back end. I agree with that 100%. But then again, for the label as well, would this impact keeping the K-pop? How would this impact K-pop if our favorite groups are disbanding?
So I believe it's just because of how big K-pop is getting. These labels got to respect these idols. Think about it. They're giving their whole life to this. They're giving their whole all, like not just the songs, but the concerts, the fan meets, all these, they gotta do the photo cards. They gotta give every single moment of their life to the fans. I want to be paid for that. I'm losing time of my life. If we want to keep it a buck.
Yeah.
It's just like, yo, I got to stand in front of the camera and smile and wave and say, hi, I love you so much. Oh my gosh. Next. Hi, I love you. Oh my gosh. Yeah. We got to be real. We pay up.
The question is for independent artists. We're not saying they're going to go independent, but if there are more independent artists, it really disrupts the formula. You know,
it's coming.
Oh yeah. Oh, but we've been saying that it's coming.
It's coming. Like, look, if you look at the way hip hop has gotten to where it is now, K-pop is following the same trajectory,
It's
bro.
insane.
They don't want to. They
It's
don't
the
want to hear
same.
us. Though.
No, some people agree.
Oh, okay.
It's following the same trajectory. You know what I mean? It was a bubbling thing. It gets bigger. Then it starts getting where it starts getting more international.
Mainstream.
So the fans, the core fans, the original fans, they want to hold it tight. They don't want it to change.
True.
But as it gets bigger, it's going to want to encompass more of everybody, which means it's going to change.
Yeah.
And then the artists start seeing the money. Like Baekhyun's article that he had wrote talking about how he's been in the music business since he was a kid, and there's still aspects of the business he didn't know about. Like he's just now sitting down with the marketing team and wants to produce his own music, and the label's telling him, no, bro, this is Baekhyun we're talking about.
Whoa.
So when you see stuff like that, of course artists are going to start, what's going to start happening, and the thing that's going to turn this whole thing on its head, and I'm just going to say it without going into a lot of detail, is that when people start going independent,
Scary.
the labels are going to lose control of the industry, because the labels lost control of hip hop, because there's so much, the fact that you can record in your home, when K-pop idols start breaking out and doing stuff from home and they're big enough, it's a wrap. The labels are going to lose control.
Yeah.
They're going to lose control of the sound, and then it's going to start turning into the Wild Wild West, where independent artists will start flourishing, and then the big five will cease to exist. It'll probably be like a big one or two.
Ooh.
I feel
Too early
that.
for that.
I feel that, but I feel like there's still going to be some. I don't know. I feel that, but at the same time, I feel like they're going to have a hold. It's just not going to be as much as a grasp. I don't know. I feel you though.
That's not good for business. If they lose the control of the sound, that's not good for business.
Better pay up now then. Better
It's
pay up
tough.
now.
Drop that money, man.
They can drop the money. They got it. They got these idols doing bubble apps, kind of, responding to
lot,
every
man.
single person.
Yep.
All the idols do shows. They have light sticks.
And we got to remember these idols. It's not even just about they bang. They trying to take care of their families.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, some of these idols started really young,
Yeah.
right? You know, so this is pretty much all they know.
Mhm.
I mean, teach them. I mean, I would empower the artist because it's only going to make the craft even better. You know, it's intimidating. Maybe it's scary because honestly, they can take knowledge and do something else with it. But what else? What are you going to do?
I think at the end of the day, it's all about, if I want to keep it on Lisa, it's all about knowing your worth. I mean, and knowing, I think a lot of idols are starting, thankfully, to know that, wow, I mean a lot to this industry, this whole thing. But, I'm now people, I don't know because I'm not an idol, but I would expect that, being an idol is a dream, is a thing. But at the end of the day, it's just something that they want to do to take care of their families.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But as they get more into it and see what more they can have to benefit them, then it's a problem because they're actually looking out for themselves, which is foul to me.
Yeah.
It's just like, no, you are worth something because you put your blood, sweat, and tears into this profession. Talk. No. Maybe no. Like all these type of options, you got to be willing to say no.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to say no. There's nothing wrong with saying no.
The question is if this doesn't go the way that fans hope it does, as in Lisa re-signing back with YG,
That's the
do
problem.
the fans turn on Lisa?
That's why that's why I said earlier, just please love and support your artists. Like, I don't like that culture because such and such is doing this now, or he's not with the group. Forget about him. What are you talking about? We've seen that happen with so many groups where a member is not in a group no more, and they just act like that person was never there from the jump.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that.
And I'm more afraid of not just the fans, everybody else around the ecosystem, the producers, the choreographers. If she was to leave, if somebody was to leave and say, hey, don't work with this person because that's bad business, that isolation could be, that's what I'm worried about too, where it's like now they can't work with certain people because. So you got to find a whole new team, a whole new this. A lot of times they have to be on the lower level, but you can't work with those big writers, those big producers. I think that right there has to be the most frustrating part.
Who gonna say no to Lisa?
I was about to say. I was like, yeah, you
Who
talking about somebody else.
Yeah, who gonna say? But I feel you. That's the problem, though.
Everybody ain't Lisa.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. Everybody ain't Lisa, but in this case, I think people be like, "Nah, we gonna work with Lisa. Wait, it's cool what you said, but we gonna work with Lisa."
I hope so.
So you think there's gonna be some blackballing?
Oh,
big
yeah.
ol'
It
big
ain't gonna
ol'
work.
I feel
Yeah.
like
For
that's
Lisa,
already in the culture.
yeah, I
it's
mean,
already
that's-
ingrained in the culture.
You see, it happened with hip hop all the time.
Okay.
It happens with R&B. It happens with rock.
Yep.
It happens with country. Like, you see what they did to the Dixie Chicks. Like, dead serious. Like, everybody, there's blackballing in every facet. You know what I mean? I love Beyonce, but she's blackballed some people.
Oh, yeah.
Like, artists literally blackball each other.
Yeah.
So if you don't think the label is gonna try, they're gonna try.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they gonna pick up that phone.
It ain't gonna work all the way, but it'll definitely work. Like, I can see it. Like, I can see with Irene, I can see it like hurting her initially. Like, I can see SM being like, "Yo, them joints don't do nothing for her, or else we're never working with you again."
Right.
Like that, I can see that stuff happening.
So trash.
But you know, let's just hope none of that stuff happens. But this is the music business. It happens all the time. We hear about it, and we will continue to hear about it.
Yep.
You have any thoughts, 1080p?
No, I don't have any. I have zero thoughts. Get your money. That's all I say.
Get your money.
I'm all for it. I'm like, 40 million ain't enough for you, then that's cool. Cause I just
enough for
be
me.
wondering, like,
I mean, I think the concert's pulling over $1 billion or something.
Oh yeah, 40 million.
right. And it's like, so is it like 40 million for a year?
Yeah, I just
or
say
like
$1 billion.
for
mean,
another
they-
7
well,
years?
that's the thing.
Blackpink's
So you
been
just
selling
negotiate.
Right.
Blackpink's been selling out everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Chalk up the money, man.
They had a night in Coachella. Like, everybody can't say these accolades. So
Right.
The price of yesterday. What's the term? The,
Yesterday's price ain't today's price.
Today's price. That's
Yeah.
basically what
Yeah.
this is.
it was 40 million before the singles. All right,
Right.
Yeah.
that ain't the price now.
But that response after Coachella, oh, the dollar has went up.
And I
Yeah.
guarantee you, all the idols are rooting for Lisa because they know more money for her means more money for them.
Yeah.
Oh
Yes.
yeah. She's pioneer.
That's it.
Right.
Oh, it's
That's
there.
exactly
That's
it.
why Sugar said I'm enlisting now because when I come out, that money about to be nice.
And I think that's why the labels are scared.
They,
And they're
they're
trying to get 'em
definitely
now.
scared.
They
There's been
are
a-
scared. They're
There's
like,
been a lot more free songs.
Oh,
Like,
yes, because they know they worth. Don't play with me. I love this for profession. I love the fans, but you ain't gonna play with my money at the end of the day.
As they learn a business, like, look, if they want to do things the right way, teach these artists the business while they're training them up and all of that stuff,
artist development.
that I guarantee there'll be a little bit more loyalty. But when you have somebody like Baekhyun who's saying, like, bro, I know so much about the music industry, but I don't know nothing about this stuff right here.
I feel like that's a lot of artists. A lot.
Yeah.
It is. He's just the one that's saying it
Right.
yet today.
Right.
Like,
right.
tomorrow it's gonna be somebody else,
gonna
and
be
then
somebody
it's gonna be
else.
somebody else.
It takes
know
a lot
what
of
I'm
courage to say that too.
Yes.
It does.
We're seeing a shift in K-pop right now, and that's
Ooh.
what people don't understand. It's not just about my favorite
Don't
group
turn
is
on,
breaking
look,
up.
Don't
It's
turn on
no.
the company. I mean, don't turn on the people.
Yeah,
It's the companies. They could train these people with the business.
there's a whole lot where we do not see behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's a whole lot going on that we don't even know about. Like, y'all got to understand that. It's probably it's a scary world to navigate.
Oh
For
yeah.
sure.
So scary.
Okay, so next up we got some hot takes. All right.
Explain the hot takes thing for people that don't know.
So basically,
please.
I had put a post online, and I had asked everybody to send us their hot takes. We got like 80 of them.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we're gonna try to get through 20 of them today. We might say something for a later time,
Yeah.
and we might open up some more to let people throw some more of their hot takes in there. So you know, that's where it came from. This comes from you guys. 1080p has the names of everybody that sent it in. So
So if I mess up your name, my apologies in advance. So if you agree, then it's fire. If it's in the middle, it's warm. And if you disagree, then it's cold. So I believe this is Brooklyn, but it's not spelt like Brooklyn. But they said that groups should focus on fully developed albums rather than producing a massive amount of mini albums. Ace?
Oh, you want to go first?
That's a
okay.
fire take. I love that take so much. But I can understand why a lot of people would disagree with me. But I think that's a fire take because I love fully developed albums. We were just talking about this with Geo. They need to do a full album and then actually promote said album.
For more than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
More, 1 to 2 months, please. And I feel like they need to focus on that. But I get it. The K-pop ecosystem has been many single. I get it. But if you take the time to just fully develop, like, oh my God, if we get just 8-9 tracks and then y'all promote it, beautiful. Because we can get some great music. It's happened. Stay on that formula. So I think that's a fire take.
I'll say it's a fire take too. We had a whole conversation on Natasha's podcast about this same exact thing. I agree with the album take, and the reason why I'm saying I agree with the album is just because I feel like you should promote it throughout the whole year and not just a couple weeks, maybe up to a month. Like, roll it out with singles, like have multiple singles. I'm not saying spend a fortune on the music video. I'm just saying, like, it should be more than 2 weeks for you to promote a project. Yeah, you made 500K, 1,000 sales, maybe 1 million sales, but you can push it more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm wondering if, since that labels have artists sign on sliding scales, if that's why they don't promote the album as much. Because once albums hit a certain threshold, that means the artists make more money. So I'm wondering if that's why it's a reluctance to that. But, you know, I'll just stop there. But I think it's a fire take.
Okay. I think it's a fire take under conditions. I think for newer groups, it would be a good just to kind of say with the ecosystem and formula, just so people get to know you because the game moves so fast. Got to put it out there, be in everybody's face. But for the more established members, I would like to see 4 projects because they have something. Usually they have something to talk about. They get a rhythm for what they want to do. They can be a lot more polished. So I think maybe having a balance of the two could work out because we know that one system works. And we know the other system, one system works for attention. The other system works for good music and good projects. So some of the favorite artists, like the Geo project, I would wish it was a full project. That was some good music, to get a good rollout, good story to tell. Like, I would like that more. But for newer groups I never heard of, not sure if that's the best strategy for money, marketing wise.
If you got some thoughts in there, P, you can throw them in.
Oh,
anytime.
I have none.
I'm just letting you know.
No, I know.
Don't be shy.
I'm super shy. I'm so
said
corny. I'm
jam.
sorry.
That was good.
Super shy,
Thank you.
super shy.
Okay, so moving right along. We have a hot take. Well, we have a couple of them from NJD Mashups. The first one is the youngest age to accept trainees should be 16 to 17.
I think that's a fire take. I think I do. I mean, and I know that the system has worked fairly well for idols to be successful being trained from such a young age. However, and I feel like I'm just always talking about bad news. I feel like the success to failure rate would show that, because people's dreams just get slaughtered from the ones that don't actually make it, don't get a chance to debut, and they spent all of that time training.
Ooh,
My heart breaks for a lot of them. So I'd like there to be a nice set age. I mean, I'm not saying that people can't do dancing lessons. Let the kids get a chance to be a kid, because some of these idols are full grown adults and they act like kids because they were fucking working their whole time. I think that's a fire take.
But the question did say except trainees, 16 to 17.
So yeah,
I think it's a fire take.
How long do you train for?
That's the question.
It depends,
4 years.
depending on how good you are.
Mm.
I mean, some people don't train for long. Some people take years to
But
get
we're
it down.
saying for them to be accepted in like
A training program.
a training program for a said label like SM and all that stuff.
I think it's a fire take. It might be controversial. That's half of your favorite groups gone because they didn't start training at such a young age. But
Just with
just
that program,
think about the ones that never make it. and hopefully they're all doing well. That's where my thoughts on the take are coming from.
I'm kind of warm on that take only because I do think they are taking the right steps to make sure that, now these groups are not like just shelling their whole lives for the dream or whatever like that.
So you're okay with Kaylee? Like people Kaylee's age?
Hold on. Then, and I know we talked about there on a recent podcast, wasn't there a law that they passed and everything like that? So I understand that we're moving, progressing, but I can't understand why you say it is a fire take because, they can get to live their lives and actually be a teenager and everything like that. But I do understand that some people's dream do start early. And
I mean, half of these people you listen to them talk. Like I was watching the Eugen of Etsy. She's like, yeah, somebody approached me in the mall and asked me if I wanted to be in a group because I was pretty. So I trained. Like that. That's,
I know
that's like half of the idol story.
That's pretty much happened.
Yeah. So I understand. I know the implications of it, and I want to just say that's a fire take, but I do understand that some people dreams they start early while they're a teenager. And maybe they might get that type of opportunity while they're in school and stuff like that. So I'm just kind of warm on that one. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, I personally think it's a fire take, but at the same time, I understand I think morally, I think it's a good take.
Yes, absolutely.
But we got to think over on this side. We have the AAUs when it comes to sports, where these kids are starting off at like 8 years old. You know?
Right.
In the system, soccer players as well, or football players as well, starting at 8 years old and just going through the camps and things of that nature. It's no different. So if I'm not saying stop
that's
those,
usually for like a summer and it's over with.
No, summer
depending
schools.
on the program.
Yeah, summer schools.
It depends on the program.
Yeah, it's academies. They call them academies.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, I thought it was something similar where they're kind of like, it's just, they learn music, learn dance, learn this. So if I can't tell those other groups to stop, then it's like, how can I tell this group to stop as well? Because they're getting a polished product. And the parents themselves, if they're not complaining about it, like they're sending their kids out there, so they could just say, nah, I'm good, so they obviously want the opportunity for their kid to reach mega stardom. So if they feel like that's an opportunity for their family, how can I knock it,
Yeah, I was sitting
tough.
here thinking, I'm like, I don't know, because I just worry about like the maturity level of the kids. But I mean, if they want to do it, then let them do it. But if I just want to make sure that it's the kids that want to be there.
Like you think of like Simone Biles, right? She wanted to do it. Mm-hmm. Like Gio, she didn't.
Oh, really?
I watched. Yeah, she was on Lee Mung Jin, and she's like,
he
was like, man, it's been your dream to be a singer. She's like, nah, not really.
Oh.
I kind of started getting into it once I was doing it, and that became a dream. But it wasn't like my dream.
There's a lot of stories like that.
Yeah.
Like kids, they didn't want to play sport or that instrument, but then they grew to love it. But those are the good stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are some bad stories.
Yeah, what about the bad ones?
Yeah. Bow Wow.
Imagine where Gio would be now if she didn't. Yeah, I don't know. I'm in between. Okay, so the next one is the K-pop fandom and even netizens. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
They need to learn innocent until proven guilty and not guilty until proven innocent. Example, 2 situations come to mind from the past.
I wrote the example so people could read it.
I thought that's what they said.
That's why I was. Oh yeah, you can't see it. It's in red. That was for people to read before we got here.
Whoopsies. Okay.
So I mean, basically, that's a fire take. It's definitely innocent till proven guilty. I don't feel like there's anything else to say. I mean, that shouldn't be a controversial take. Stop getting mad at idols for something that they ain't necessarily been proved guilty of doing.
Yeah.
That's all I got. I ain't about to go on that one. That was simple.
Simple fire take. Nothing for me. I mean, hey, I want it to be that way, but unfortunately it's not. But I believe that's a fire take.
But if it was Ghost, he did that shit.
He did that. Whatever they say, he did.
They talking. What are they talking about? Power reference, y'all. Sorry.
Yeah, power. Yeah, look, it's an on fire take for me as well. But you know, people are people. You know, it's really hard to control that. You know, because like, you know, especially nowadays, like you got a platform, you want to jump out the window, you're gonna jump out there for the views and it takes like, oh my gosh, you know, like. But
I just read something about Constant Wu that like from Off the Boat, and she was talking about from Fresh Off the Boat, the TV show, and Crazy Rich Asians, and she was talking about how she got canceled, and it didn't sound like a legitimate reason. You know, I mean, I know it's a little bit less serious than the topics that the person that submitted the question gave us examples for, but you know, let people get a chance to prove their case, and then get mad at them if they're wrong, if they're proven guilty.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do y'all feel? So we need more idols that speak how they feel and stand up for themselves and for their look.
No, we don't need none of that. None of that at all. They don't need to stand up for themselves. Hell yes, we need that.
Oh, dang. I was...
Yeah, Bang Bang looking concerned over here.
Yes.
Bang Bang was like, hold on, what's happening here?
I was like, okay, I guess not.
But yes, we need more idols to stand up for themselves because, you know, it's just a real thing. And a lot of people can learn from the idols, you know, be inspired, you know, and don't ever stop speaking up for yourself. There's in every type of industry, there is always some type of like fear of being hushed and like you ain't got a voice. No, you have a voice and speak out. So yes. Sorry, baby, I didn't mean to scare you.
No, look, I got tiny vocal cords, so speaking up is definitely difficult for me. You know, and sometimes speaking up, it's peaceful. You know what I'm saying? Like some people they want the peace. You know, they don't want all the drama. But if you feel like you know what you're doing is obviously affecting your work and your craft, yeah, you got to speak up, stand up for yourself, because this internet era is a whole different era. You know, so it's like. I feel like sometimes when the artists do speak up for themselves, sometimes it doesn't end the way they want it to, you know? So it's a weird balance when you have to stand up for yourself and then kind of like sit back and kind of like not speak up for yourself. Huh? It doesn't make sense. But a lot of these guys, there's a lot of pressure. You know, with the groups, there's a lot of pressure, you know, where it's like, I do understand why some artists don't speak up for themselves because the pushback can not only hurt them, but it can hurt the entire group, you know? You may get pressure from the label and things of that nature. So you should definitely speak up for yourself, but I do understand that there's a balance. It just sucks, man. Yeah, I don't know how to say it.
I felt like for a second there, you made me forget what the question was.
I think he's just referring to there's a balance when you should, you know when to speak up.
Oh, no. Well, based on the examples, we definitely need artists that are speaking up.
Yeah.
Artists examples.
Like, you know, if, like, for instance, Maya of Everglow, she didn't want to cut her hair. Don't cut your hair. I understand there's pressure. Fuck that. Fuck them people.
I thought you meant like,
bro, there was examples on the page.
I mean, yeah,
but I mean, just like Shua, she basically don't take that crap. I didn't know Shua was one of those 0F K-pop idols until me and 1080p saw some clips, and I was just like, because people would be like, "Hey, Shua, you know, do it, Agayo," and she's like, "No," she's just like,
"No, I see."
You know, Key's a perfect example. Key was on live, and they were like, "Key, speaking English." She's like, "If you're listening to K-pop, maybe you should learn a little bit of Korean." Like, we need idols that stand up for themselves and be like, "Look, this ain't a circus. I don't have to perform for you all day.
Yep.
And if I don't want to cut my hair or dye my hair because this is what concept you think works for us, I'm not doing that. I'm me." Like, I watch videos of Twice all the time. They all talk about how damaged their hair is from constantly bleaching and cutting and all of that. People got to speak up.
They do, but what I'm afraid of is like sometimes down here, like, you know, in the States, sometimes like some artists will jump out where it's like you don't have to, against fans. Let's say things like fans would say something. It's like, do you really got to go out there and speak on certain things, or do you got to say like some things you can just like let it go. But if it's like physical, like cut your hair, like those big things like that, then yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But I'm thinking like fans talking noise, like I just hate the arguing back and forth that I see like in the States, you know?
I feel what you mean, but sometimes there needs to be something to be said. Sometimes it's be like, all right, I ain't let this go on enough. I'm about to say something. So yeah.
Yeah, I get it, man.
Yeah, I think it's a fire take.
I just hate the drama, man. That's me.
Okay, so Darcy EW wants to know, hot take. It's better to disband a group that shows no interest, whether that's from members or the company, in continuing as a group than dragging fans along with the idea that there may be a comeback in the future.
I don't even know how I feel about the question. The reason why I wanted to respond to this is because I think fans should stop thinking that everybody owes them something. You know what I mean? Because it's like, look, if something's going on in the artist's lives and stuff like that, it ain't up to you to say, hey, disband, put them out. Like, because this kind of reminds me of the EXO situation, right? Where people were like, oh, kick them out of the group and let it keep going. Like, bro, this ain't your decision.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying? That's kind of the immediate emotion that I got when I saw this question. It's just like we're fans.
Yeah.
You're here to enjoy the music. You own the music, not the people that made it. That's a quote from Joe Budden, by the way. That's not mine. I wish it was. But you don't own the artist. They may speak to you and bubble because the label told them they have to. You know, they may smile at you with the fan signings because they have to. But you don't own them. When you see them walking down the street, eating in a restaurant and stuff like that, stop expecting them to be the same. Like, bro, this is their only time off. You know what I mean? So basically all I'm saying is, as fans, we're fans. The idol culture is really toxic towards the artists. They're never going to tell you this, but I'm telling you for them.
Yes.
They don't like it, and they're not going to tell you because they need you to keep spending money.
I feel like this is another warm one for me. And only because I agree with you 100%. Like, it ain't up to us. But I know there's probably some situations where, you know, where some groups don't be looking like they really are into it. I'm not going to say no names because there's a number of groups that I can feel like may fit that type of criteria.
Mm.
And
That's down in the comments.
And we may not know. I think what it lies to is we may not know what's going on. Another thing behind the scenes. We don't know if there's like troubles with management, label issues, business issues, group issues, the members. We don't know what they're going through individually that may held them from, you know, putting out another comeback. And I know the fans be waiting like, oh my gosh, when are they coming back? We don't know everything that goes on. So I'm not going to say it's right to disband a group because nobody likes to see a group disband.
No. I mean, do people want pump fakes? Like, oh, they broke up 6 months later. They're back, reunion. You know what I mean?
It's tough. And to me, it's basically a situation of things. But I agree with Dame 100%. We the fans, we can't dictate anything.
We can. We can send a truck.
We can send a truck. You can.
But at the end of the day, I just feel like, you know, there may be some situations where I would be like, if you were to disband a group, it wouldn't because of the fans. It would be because of the members.
Right.
Like
you
that.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If the members are going through something to where it doesn't seem like they should continue as a group, then yes, disband the group so that doesn't string along the fans because they know that, you know, whether it's a personal or business thing, if it holds the foundation of what you got down, then yes, it's not right to trickle those fans along. But, you know, in terms of like Dames was saying, if it's just because they ain't put out a single in a year and you're mad, well, be mad.
Yeah.
If you know the circumstances, like people are in the military or people have families and stuff like that, like, come on, that's just real life. Don't get mad. Just be like, all right, when they come back, we go give them all the support. So that's why it's kind of warm for me.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with Ace. Be a warm take for me as well. Just, you know, if the artist could make that decision and say, yo, let's disband, I doubt they have that leverage, you know, but if they do, yeah, it should be up to the artist, definitely not us. You know, we're fans. Like, we just gotta just enjoy, you know.
Facts. That's all I got.
So I guess it'll be a warm take for me too. I agree with you.
Okay.
All right. So, Wildflower 1013 says good management of a group is a bigger factor in a group's long-term success over talent, visuals, etc.
I mean, I wish it wasn't, but I mean that's just how the music industry's been forever. There's sometimes where you get a breakthrough, you know what I mean? But like when I see the success of Kiss of Life, and I know somebody will be like, they're doing great for, you know, their situation. To me, it's just like, I think their songs are better than some of the bigger, like, labeled artists. You know, maybe it should be getting a little bit more love. You know, we just checked out DPRN. You know what I mean?
Shout out.
That joint was crazy. But it should definitely get more love. But unfortunately, sometimes some groups are just, man, they have the resources. I mean, the bigger labels just, they have the resources. They have the labels, and it's like a conglomerate. Like, well, my label owns this show, so obviously we're going to put you on it, and we're going to let you win a couple awards and stuff like that. You know, I wish it wasn't that way. I wish the better music always came through, but that's the unfortunate part of business. So yes. And I was like, I don't know if I want to say it's a good take or not. I just wish that wasn't the case.
But this is in terms of the management is great, the group is great. Not the group is great, that's why the management is great.
The management is more important than the songs, and that's basically what you said, right? 1080p. The management.
The group management of a group is a bigger factor than the group's long-term success
Yes.
over talent, visuals, etc.
I agree. That's a fire take. I just wish that wasn't the
Right.
actual case.
Yeah, I think that's a fire take too, because a lot of people, you know, of course we get attached to the groups and everything like that, and that is normally what takes it off for us as fans. Like, you know, we latch onto a certain members, or we like because of their chemistry and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, somebody had to put together a schedule.
Yeah.
Somebody had to put together a release schedule for the music.
Yeah.
Somebody had to plan said music video. Somebody had to plan, what this member is going to wear.
That's
Somebody had to say, okay, we need to take care of them. We need food.
Yeah.
We need this. Okay, now we need to figure out how to get this group over here. This group of people like it, but we want that group over there in America to like them too. Like there's so much that goes into planning, y'all.
Yeah.
Like it's more than social media. I'll tell you that. There's a lot of things. You got to network. You got to know people. And management surpasses everything. We got to understand that. So there's always somebody in the background working hard for these groups. So yes, that is a fire take.
Flamethrower. I mean, it's a lot of times it's not all about the talent. You know, it's just, can you get this person in front of people's faces? You know, that's usually about the game. You know, where we know there's a lot of talented artists, but we don't really hear them. You know, there's so much competition. So your management, if they can get you to be heard, be seen, you know, people to rock with you, they may have connections to get you on certain placements, to be here, to be seen. And it's like, oh, wow, this is amazing, right? Where the really talented ones may never see them. You know, may never even know they existed. So it's definitely management over talent, and et cetera.
Talent is great. I just want to say, not say that, you know, we're saying that they're not talented and that should be the thing, but there's always the motivator behind it. I just want to make sure people understand that. Like, we're not saying that talent alone can help, because it's a great help. But you still need that person that knows where to put your talent. There you go.
Yeah, when the road manager is a housekeeper, I don't know how well that's going to go for your group.
Yeah.
If New Jeans was on the same label as Kiss of Life, would they be as successful as they are being a subsidiary of Hobby?
Hype.
I don't care. I said that. I said it like that on purpose, and I'm gonna keep saying Hobby, by the way, because people keep trying to correct me in the comments.
It's hype.
It's Hobby.
It's vibe.
1080p.
Jesus Christ.
I saw that comment. I was just like, yo, I'm
Hobby,
gonna keep
Hobby.
saying Hobby. I showed it to 1080p.
I never knew it was pronounced hype. That's why I said hype. So yeah,
Does it matter?
Yes.
Y'all still know who
Oh,
you're
yeah,
Yeah,
talking
you know what
about.
I'm talking about.
I guess that's bad.
Language barrier, whatever.
I mean, I'm not supposed to say Kane Daniel either, remember?
No, you're not.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, you're not.
Yeah.
Whatever. So messaging apps like Bubble, where you pay to get messages from idols, turn communication with fans into a product. Bang bang.
Y'all scared?
Oh no, I just wasn't. I wasn't sure. She
I
was done.
mean,
I mean, look, stop buying it. Stop signing up for it. At the end of the day, bro, look,
Wouldn't be me, though.
the faster people get this through their head, idols are regular people. I get it. You know, they look amazing. The makeup and the glam and the outfits, it all looks incredible. But trust, they have skin just like you. They got hair. They got eyebrows, some of them. They got eyelashes.
You
Some
right.
of them. Some of them is 5'2". Some of them is 5'6".
Yeah.
You may be 5'2". You may be 5'6". They got brown hair. You got brown hair. They got coarse hair. You got coarse hair. They are regular people. Could you believe that we would have so much in common? Me and Hani have the same eye color, y'all.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
You know what I'm saying? Me and some of the idols have the same birthday. But we're all human. They use the bathroom. They wipe their butt with Charmin just like you.
Oh, Charmin
Unless you
fancy.
use the nice, nicer brand of Triple Ply. They human. Let's treat them as such. I'm pretty sure they would like to be treated as human.
well, we can tell that Dame does not like to pay for any type of bubble or anything like that, man.
I'm not paying to talk to nobody. I don't even want to call nobody collect.
Oh my god.
I'm not paying to talk to my mom. All right, what I look like paying to talk to an idol?
So you wouldn't pay to talk to Gio?
Nah. If you're saying I gotta buy an album, like as entry,
Uh-huh.
I was gonna buy the album anyway.
But what if you got to talk to Gio?
It ain't that deep, bro.
Che?
Because I don't like that aspect of things.
Got to
Like
talk to Che, you know?
it ain't that deep.
No?
It ain't that deep. I'm a fan, but I'm not paying to sit down and talk to you.
Yeah.
Like, nah, because there's a level of respect
Mm.
to not having to pay.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that.
So you're here for the conversation. You just don't feel like
Pain.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
100% have. I definitely have a conversation. I'll pay to go see you perform
Right.
Yeah.
because you're
I
putting
see.
on a performance.
Right, right, right.
But if we're just gonna talk, I'm not paying to talk to you. Like it's not like what it like. It's I just we're humans.
So,
Would you pay to talk to me? I'm just saying, like
it's like a therapist.
Pretty much.
You pay to
so
talk
your
to a
take on this
therapist.
that this is a fire take because it turns fans to products.
it does, but stop paying for it.
Okay.
D-
All right.
Just desubscribe,
So
because that is the case. It is disgusting. I mean, but that's just what that's.
so
If people are gonna pay, if people are gonna pay for it, they're gonna offer it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so this
If you're getting something in return, I don't feel like getting a conversation. Like you're it's not a real conversation. They're talking
Right.
to everybody at the same time.
okay. So and that's why
Yeah.
it's a warm take for me, only because I feel like it's a fire take in essence of I believe that they are being products, but I do know that some idols like that kind of experience of reaching out to their fans
Yeah.
in a broad manner.
I mean, just
Yeah.
to be clear, I'm not against like fan clubs and stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah, I know, I
Like
know
you're
that.
you're getting something
right,
back.
right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You get a fan kit and blase
Yeah,
blah.
yeah, yeah,
You're
so I
paying
get it.
for something in return.
1,000%.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm just saying, like the text app, like it's like the things we used to have for hip hop. Remember, you can call and get info on a release date early.
Oh, Mike Jones.
You remember? Yeah, you used to pay and get paid by the minute. They pay you.
Mike
They play a snippet of a song. Like,
Mike Jones said, "Yo, call me."
I actually called Mike Jones.
I think a lot of people call.
yeah. But I'm just saying, like, it's not. It's you're getting something in return.
Right,
It's
and
a
that's why
product.
it's
Yeah.
warm for me because on that side, I get it that there is benefits for the fans and the artists, but when I do want to lead towards the fire side, it all goes back to the knowing your worth thing because that's another thing that the idols don't get paid for. The labels getting paid for that.
Yeah.
right.
And that's where the problem comes for me is because just like, you're paying to be receiving messages from your favorite idol, but they're not seeing none of that. They're just getting the enjoyments of connecting with the fans. So
You go to the fan meet, you've been talking to Q-Jin and Bubble and be like, hey, I just sent you a bubble. They'd be like, yeah, you and a million other people.
and that's where it comes for that. So I can understand both sides of it. I know that's fan engagement. But I'm with Dame. Like, it shouldn't be a thing that you have to pay for. I think it should just be something that is just allowed for, fans, period. You shouldn't have to pay for something like that.
Well,
So,
just know that you're not getting the experience that, like, it's not a one-on-one thing.
right.
Oh, okay.
It's like a general thing. It's
Yeah.
that's where I'm
But
coming at it
I
from.
know how it can help some people.
Yeah.
And everything. That's why I'm kind of warm on it, because it's like I know it benefits people that really like to be connected with their idols, and that might, motivate them and move them throughout their day, even if they know they're one of a million people that they're getting a message into.
That's true.
But I do understand how it could be seen as a product as well, because I can't imagine how it would be for an idol that's not feeling in that day, but damn, I gotta send that bubble message or my fans gonna be mad. So
or you
that's
gotta apologize for it later.
right. So
yeah.
that's where the conflict comes from. But I understand both sides.
I would say, well, first of all, I would say it's somewhat a hot take for me personally, only because I don't know who's blowing these bubbles, right? It could be anybody. It could be management. It could be the team. We don't know if it's actually
It
coming
might be
from
AI.
Could be AI.
Yeah, that's a good point.
blowing these bubbles. So I don't know if that will work for me personally. And then there's a separation. I don't think I personally need that experience. But on the other hand, there's some people that may like it. I think Russell Simmons had like a group chat, right, where he'll send like morning inspirations out to his fans, right? So I'm sure there's some people that benefit from that. Maybe they just really like his inspirational quotes. So I can see it being a lane. But for me personally, you can't, if you can't convince me that it's the actual person sending it, then it's kind of a waste for me personally.
Yeah, if you don't like it, don't sign up for it.
Right.
If you're cool with it, sign up for it.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
Just know what you're getting. You don't own them.
Yeah.
Because I still wonder how many idols actually want to do it.
Good question.
It's like if you want to do it, then sure, you can do it. And then
Right.
it's that, and to me, that's how you would know that it's really them doing it.
Right.
Because they want to reach their fans in this way,
Right.
opposed to, this is what you got to do.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Can you text back on the Bubble app?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's
So,
up.
You gonna
but
sign up?
No. I'm terrible with small talk. Yeah.
is there a limit to how much you can text back?
I have no clue.
I'm
I
sure
never
somebody
signed up
says-
for it.
I'm
And
gonna have
it's
to
like, I
ask some
don't-
people in our Discord.
I'm not.
like,
I'm not looking down on anybody that signs up for it. I'm just saying, if you got a problem with it, don't sign up for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, just know what you're getting.
Right.
Facts. Yes.
Be like, hey, good morning. And
No,
they
nobody
text
texts back.
buy my album.
Oh, around album time, them bubbles be.
A lot of bubbles.
Bubbles be bubbling.
They got
Really
the bubble
soapy.
guns for that.
They got the bubble.
Oh gosh. Okay, so Tracy, I don't know how to pronounce that. Sorry. Their hot take says groups in fourth gen should be directed to focus more on their vocals. They feel like the art of vocal improvement died with the third gen, and now the focus is mainly on visuals and trying to break into the Western market.
Dang.
Whoa.
That's a take.
I think that's a cold take. I don't want to tell the idols what to focus on. I feel like there's enough good vocals going around. I just
Yeah.
so have you guys seen Honey's Lee Moo-jin? Like, she sounds incredible on that thing. You know what I'm saying? She's new gen. Leah sounds great. I feel like Yeji does a great job of singing. You know what I mean? I don't know if you guys consider New Jeans fourth gen. Isn't that new? Aren't people considering them new gen?
I honestly get lost on the gen talk, y'all. So I'm not gonna comment on that at all, because I've even seen some banter back and forth
back
in
and
our
forth.
comments with the
'Cause
whole
I feel like
Oh, the
Stray
gens.
Kids.
fifth, fourth gen. I'm just Ace. Okay.
General.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm not
said
super
gen
up
neutral?
to. I'm not super like kin to like
Yeah.
who everybody claims.
But
is-
I'm just going as, you know, this.
Mm.
I get where this question is coming from.
Right, Stray Kids, you know, do they have the best vocalists in the industry? I mean, Sigmund sounds incredible. I can't speak to everybody else's vocal sounding. Chris, when you look at ATs, we already know what Jung-ho does.
Oh, yeah.
Vocally. So it's just like, I feel like there's enough. Like, everybody can't be NCT 127 where everybody can blow for real if they wanted to. Everybody can't be, you know, and NCT, I guess that's third gen, right? So I guess I can't even count them. But look, there's definitely some great vocalists in this generation. So I think the labels are doing a good job. Is everybody vocalists? No. But there will be a gen where we get nothing but clean vocalists. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And we see some of that. New Jeans got some great vocalists. Kiss of Life has some great vocalists with some of their young members. So I feel like this is a cool take. I think there are some good vocalists out now.
Yes, I feel like this is a rather cold take just because I feel like there's so much variety
Yeah.
out right now to say that they're just focusing on the visuals rather than the vocals, because there'll be some times where I'm just like, whoa, I did not expect that, you know? So I do get where the direction of the question is, or the take is coming from, because, you know, there has been more emphasis on the visuals. You are not lying. There has. But I don't think that has sacrificed the vocal quality. I do feel like we are getting into a little bit of a more mainstream type of vibe, to where it seems like the vocal priority is less of a focus. So I do
Yeah.
kind of understand that. But as I said, we have so much variety to where we can really choose what we like or what we want to listen to. I just feel like this kind of a cold tape because we have so much to choose from,
Yeah.
which is a great thing. I think it's great that we have so many options.
Yeah, cold take over here. I feel like the vocal bar might have been a little lowered. You know, just the standard of vocalizing, you know, isn't at the same standard. But at the same time, you know, vocals, that's longevity. Like, I don't care. If you sound, this is about sounds, right? Music is about sounds. If you can blow, you know, people want to listen to you, you know? So, like, I mean, you can't stop people from being vocal, you know? So I think it's a cold take. I don't think they're discarding people who can't, you know, who have the best vocals, you know? They're just trying to find a more of a balance to find those superstars that have it all.
Now, I do want to say that I believe that some of these labels are not like focusing as much, because I mean we complain about live performances, how let them sing. So I do think that some of these labels are kind of like trying to focus so much on the visuals in that regard, but I don't think it's gone. Like the vocal is gone. It's just that they need to trust their idols a little bit more.
Look, everybody ain't Big Mama and Mama Moo out here, but we do got some great vocalists.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sorry. I was being entertained. Sorry. Should I pay you guys? Sorry. Okay. So Wanda Phillips 6832 said a catchy song does not mean it's a good song. Big artists get attention with bad mid music, and small artists with good music gets no attention.
Facts. No, I mean that's a fire take.
Bad
I mean,
bit.
what else do you want me to say? That's a fire take. There are some records that are from artists on smaller labels that are better than some of the bigger artists, and they don't necessarily get love for it. And we complain about it here all the time.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you knew we were going to agree with that, though.
All the time.
Mid.
Super mid.
I can think of a whole bunch of songs right now that people said were good this year. Okay.
Yeah.
And all of them came from Ace's favorite group on
Oh,
SM.
shut up,
Absolutely.
man. Get out of here.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
And then
Yeah.
there's a whole lot of songs that are fire, but they ain't getting the recognition they deserve.
Yeah.
So, fire take.
Yeah, some of these songs out here still got the stem inside, you know. So this it's not the best, you know, but they're big artists, so of course they go. But so yeah, this is definitely a fire take, man. There's some artists out here dropping some mids, and everybody's praising it like it's the best thing ever. So, shout out.
Yep, pretty much. So, Gabby in your area said you can't stand a group if you only listen to the title tracks.
I mean, look, I'm not into standing one group. I'm a multi. I like a lot of different groups. You can see by the diversity on the wall, right? I mean, I like a lot of different people. But I think in general, you're not a real music fan in general if you don't listen to like full projects, you know. Sorry, niece. Love you.
Mm-hmm.
But just the fact that we took her to the Twice concert and she's like, I've never heard all of these songs. These are great. And it's just like, you just look at her like, that is crazy that you actually listen to K-pop and you don't understand how much good music you miss out on if you just listen to the title track. That's crazy. So yeah, that's I don't even know which one is the correct take to explain what I just said based on the way the question was asked. But just know that yes.
This is a fire take.
Nice.
But this is what the K-pop system has done.
We talked about that already.
We've talked about this. This is what the K-pop system has done. They've got it ingrained in the listener that all matters is the title track.
Yeah.
And then we get those comments, but it's just a B-side.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand why there's some people that stand groups because of the title track, because it's the way that it's been ingrained in the fandoms, in the whole culture.
Yeah.
So it's just like, how can I be mad at somebody that say they stand said group, but they don't know the B-side that had this song and this melody and that? They're like, I don't listen to that song. So it's just like, it's a fire take, but I can understand why somebody would stand a group only through title tracks. Because that's all they promote. Because everything else is just a B-side. That's how I feel.
Okay. I think it's a fire take. I don't see any both sides, you know. It's just a fire take. You know, some of these fans are mid. You know what I mean? I think, in my opinion, you can't consider yourself a stan if you're not standing the whole entire project. You know, being a stan is something you got to be proud of, right? You might be a Fred, but you're not a stan. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to really jump into the project. The first time me hearing Kendrick Lamar, I heard everything. That's a stan, right? Make sure you capitalize that S, right? But if I'm just listening to title tracks, hold up, Drink, Drink, that's all I know.
Oh, you know what swimming pools?
Yeah, come on. Don't even know the title of the song. You know, Stan. I can't stand the fake Stan. So fire take, man. You're not a Stan. You barely a fan.
Whew.
Dropping bars.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, put the big foot down on that one.
Don DeMarco.
Oh, goodness. Okay, so Tati's point 6152 states, not every member of every group needs to go solo. It's okay to make music with just the group. Example, Block B.
Dame, you take this one first. You go first.
Everybody ain't gotta go solo.
Mm.
Easy take. No, they don't. If they want to, sure. If they don't want to, don't force them to go solo. If they just want to put out music with the group, fine.
Pretty much. I mean, if they got if they want to go solo, go solo. If not, cool. I'm trying to figure out where this question come from. Is you don't feel like there's a need for solos? You just want them to be a group, or you just, yeah. I mean, but yeah, if they don't want to do it, they don't have to do it. But if they want to, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, that's the easy one. Is what they want to do. Some artists they want to be in front. They want to be able to get their expression. They want to get their ideas out there. Some artists, they don't. You know, they like the sound of the collective energy. You know, they like to hear the feedback. They want to be part of the group, and you know, oh, you'll sound good here and this. When you're solo, it's by yourself. Some people don't like that isolation. So I say it's just up to the star and or the artist. And if they want their money as well, maybe there could be a financial incentive as well that's attached to that, potentially. I don't know, however they figure out their contract. But maybe some artists just want more, so they want an opportunity to show that. So that's up to the artist.
Ow.
You good?
Yep, just elbow. Okay, so the edits 2321 states the most popular groups aren't the best groups. Bang bang. I don't know. You just
So-
look like you wanted to say something. I'm sorry.
Of course. That's a fire take. Yes. Yeah. I mean, yeah, we know that. Like, you know, if you're not part of the machine, then a lot of times fans are not checking for you, and it's unfortunate. So yeah, you're right. There's some really good groups out here who just they get slept on, and nobody knows why. You know, like they'll have you put the same song up. This one will get 10 million views, 30 million views. And like, how is this only getting one? You know, so it could be some bias here. It could be some fandoms just supporting one group more than another. So yeah, 1000%.
I mean, that's. I mean, look, y'all watch our content. You know we agree with that. There's definitely some smaller groups that make better music than the bigger groups. They have to take more risks to try to get recognized. They can't play it safe,
No.
you know? So, yeah, that's easy.
That's an alley oop, dog. Fire.
Yeah, fire take.
Fire take.
Okay. So EXO Danny next door said singing is a different talent than songwriting.
Duh.
Of course.
I mean, it's definitely different. It's definitely different. I mean, look, everybody shouldn't be forced to write. I mean, based like, you know, from the information from the example, everybody shouldn't be forced to write. Everybody shouldn't be forced to sing. Everybody shouldn't be forced to rap. Let people fall where they may, and the ones that are good, let them do what they do. You know, if there's somebody that's in the group that's a great songwriter, let them write. Give them the freedom. You know, some people shouldn't be handling the bridges of songs, and we know that, and they don't. It's okay. Some people can dance very well, but singing and songwriting, two completely different things. They're two completely different crafts. Some people just manage to do it. Some people don't even want to be involved with the writing, and they're perfectly fine with that. That's cool. I mean, that's a fire take.
Fire, fire, fire. Nothing else to be said.
Super fire on that one.
So Gabby in your area said, oh wait. Did we do this?
Area.
Okay. Gabby in your area said fourth gen K-pop boys and girls are using the same concepts and sound, so it gets boring.
Ooh, that's a take.
I'd say that's a mid take. I feel like based on music trends, at times people tend to swerve in the same lanes. You know, they swerve when they drive. You know what I mean? If you watch AEW, you know what you may know what I'm talking about. But no, dead seriously. That's just it's part of the territory, right? When producers and writers they get inspired the same way fans get inspired by songs. They may feel like, hey, I want to write something that sounds similar to that. Or sometimes labels call somebody and say, write me a song that sounds like so and so, produce me a song that sounds like so and so. That's the thing too. So do groups use the same thing? Yeah. It's kind of the thing. It's what the radio asks for. The radio asks for songs that sound the same.
Yeah.
So for their mixes, sometimes it's just the trends. Somebody will come along and change the wave, and then people copy that person. It's what happens. It's the music industry. Fire take.
Very, very warm. It's a warm take for me. I feel like there are instances where that can be applicable, but it's the system right now, as Dame was saying. It's the trends, whatever the current trends they're trying to. Right now, I feel like it's just they're trying to latch onto a wave, trying to continue with the fans and the market. But we do get some of those diamonds in the rough, y'all. So we can't say everything is boring.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't say it's boring for sure. It's
definitely not boring.
Yeah, warm take for me as well. I mean, hey, you better follow that algorithm. They're these businesses are trying to make money, with at least the labels. So if artists can find a way to kind of carve their sound into that, they're great. But unfortunately, they kind of have to. They got to follow the machine.
All right. Myra 3718 said K-pop is becoming more westernized.
I mean, that's a fire take. I agree with that a bit. However, like I keep saying, it's part of the business. If you want your stuff to grow, right? I mean, which country spends the most money on consumption? I mean, it's America, right?
Yeah.
So who are you going to cater to audience wise? You're going to cater to America. You're going to cater to America more than Thailand. You're not. I mean, you're not going to incorporate Thailand sound into your music. Why? Because America's population is way more, and they spend more money irresponsibly than Thailand does. So that's what you're going to cater to. So, will your genre slightly lose its sound in that? Yes, it's part of what it's part of what happens with growth.
Yeah.
It's going to lose its identity a little bit, and you're going to get a little lost trying to cater to what the sound of the people's attention you're trying to get.
Yeah.
That is part of the game. So unless you want your genre to stay small or stay where it is and not grow much more than it is, that's part of the game. It's unfortunate. But where are they torn right now? Where are all the labels torn?
Yeah.
Well, of course. I mean, this is how you end up with my parents being like, "Hey, that XG song is nice."
Oh, nice.
I mean, they didn't say that.
Okay.
I'm just saying that's how you end up with that. I'm pretty sure my dad would actually rock with some of that music.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that's how you end up with that, by incorporating the sound, having people meet you kind of halfway.
I think that's a great take. I feel like it is becoming westernized to an extent. I do feel like they're chasing the money. That's what you do in the business. I would just hope that throughout that they still keep their identity. I'm happy we're getting more English speaking songs and stuff like that, but that's not a necessity.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's the trend right now for sure. If it's going to be detrimental to it, that's what I'm waiting to see.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't. I hope it's just continue to bring more fans into it and actually latch on to it for the group and everything. But it definitely is going through a period of being westernized right now. So yes, accurate take.
Yeah, hot take. I agree. Unfortunately, I feel like you kind of lose some of your elements that got you popular if you get too Western. So that influence, I'm not too sure. I'm with Ace. I kind of want to see how it plays out. I'm a little nervous. We're from the Wild West, so we know how this game goes. More English, lyrics, all English albums. There's some people that like the blend of the two languages together or multiple languages.
Right.
To completely remove that, then it's just regular pop, so you're kind of getting away from the culture in some aspects. So it's a little nervous. I'm a little nervous about it as well. And even the dance styles and things you're seeing is heavily influenced by TikTok as well. So, you're seeing it's catering to a particular audience. It's very apparent, so I'm with Ace. I just want to see how it plays out. But definitely hot take.
Okay. So the same person asked, they said, adult idols can do whatever they want with their personal lives, but should be aware of their influence and younger audience.
Cold take.
Wait, huh?
Cold take.
You want me to say it again?
Yes, please.
Okay. Adult idols can do whatever they want with their personal lives, but should be aware of their influence and their younger audience. Aware of their influence and younger audience.
The reason why I'm saying it's a cold take. Oh, what you want to say?
No, go ahead, because I'm just perplexed. Go ahead.
So, I could easily say this is warm, for the fact that I agree with the first statement that artists are adults and they can do what they want to do.
Right.
That is a hot take. However, the next part you say
Mm-hmm.
is completely cold. They should be mindful of their younger audience, right? That's what the next statement says.
Aware of their influence.
Their influence.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, being a role model is part of the job of being an idol, right? They didn't ask to be a role model.
Right.
I don't think when artists go in the studio, they're thinking about 8-year-old Johnny's life when they're recording or writing the song. When Baekhyun is talking about cream soda, he ain't thinking about what your 10-year-old kid is thinking about it. He is thinking about what he's about to get into as a grown-ass man. So for people to be like, yo, they need to be mindful of the younger audience. No. This goes back to something Eminem used to say all the time. Where are the parents? Why are y'all getting mad at me for cracking jokes on songs? Why are you not monitoring what your kids are listening to?
Hey.
You know what I mean? This is where conversations happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I talk to my kids all the time. Like, when, like, my son, like, he talks about wrestling like it's a real thing. And I just always have to stop him like, yo, you know this is entertainment, right?
Right.
Like, I have to make sure I lead with that. Because it's like Christians talking about people's dead dads as a joke. And it's just like, bro, he's not serious. He's actually friends. They're cool. Like, I have to always remind. And this is what happens with music, too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, my daughter has Biggie Juicy on her playlist. She don't know what he's talking about. It's the clean version, by the way. She don't know what he's talking about. But the whole thing is, when Biggie wrote that song, do you think he was thinking about, I wonder what my daughter is going to think when she hears this song?
Oh, no.
Nah, man. He's rapping for people that were his age. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people aren't in the studio like, oh, my God, man, my little sister. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, that's not realistic. Like, because all music would be, like, PC. Like,
Yeah.
it seems bad now, but, like, my parents probably didn't. They were like, my grandparents were probably like, yo, let's get it on the radio. Oh, turn that down a little bit. Turn that on a little bit. You know? I don't want them getting no ideas. Well, my dad ain't know what they was talking about all the way. It wasn't until a certain age. Like, you think Marvin Gaye was, when he was saying, let's get it on, he was thinking about 10-year-old Erica? Dead seriously, though. Like, I don't feel like idols should be mindful of young adults. I think the parents should be parenting and talk to their kids about some of these topics in the song and why they may be talking about it. They're not aiming these songs. When Lisa's saying drop some fucking money, she's talking about, it's a song. It's entertainment.
Yeah.
I understand Lisa's a role model to plenty of girls, but yo, she's an adult. People have to remember that. Why are you letting that adult influence your kid? Like you need to be talking to your kid at the same time Lisa's talking to them, so they understand. Like, yo, this is just a song. Like,
Yeah.
Lisa's on a pole on stage. That ain't her. She ain't on a pole all day. You know what I'm saying? That ain't her real life. I mean, I hope everybody gets what I'm saying, but I just think that we shouldn't put that weight on idols. They're entertainers. They make music to entertain. K-pop is gonna get more and more vulgar as we go on. It's just part of what happens with the evolution of music. But you have to talk to your kids and the younglings about this music and play age appropriate music around them. And if it's not age appropriate, explain.
Yeah.
I wouldn't explain cream soda, but they're not gonna
Yeah.
figure it out yet.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's like if I play cream soda from my daughter, she's not gonna know what the hell they're talking
She's
about.
just gonna be
There's nothing to
singing it.
explain yet. But one of those days when she's like 15, it's gonna, like, a bell's gonna go off like, hold on.
Right. Right.
You said a whole lot, and you didn't need to say nothing. I'm glad you did. But that take is just a bad take. First, you say adults can do whatever they want, but they gotta worry about how they influence younger. No, that's not
Yeah.
a take. So that neither gets a fire, warm, or cold take. I apologize. That's just a bad take. Because you can't say adults can do whatever they want in their personal lives, but have
Yeah.
to worry about. No, it doesn't work that way. Because they're. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's all I gotta say.
Look, I agree. You know, nobody was telling Pretty Ricky not to put their stuff out. You know, y'all remember them Pretty Ricky songs? But
and it was nothing but teenagers at their
it was
concert.
nothing.
Nothing but teenagers.
It was nothing. Like, you can't tell an artist, even if you want to tell an artist, artists don't care. They're gonna make what they want to make.
You think Pretty Ricky was thinking about some little 12-year-old girls when they made that song?
No.
Exactly.
No. So, like, you cannot stop the artist. You can tell the artist, hey, you guys should, think about the children. And then they're going to say, what did
But
Eminem
my
say?
problem is the children is not the intended audience.
Exactly.
That's where the question was kind of like.
That's why parental advisory stickers exist.
Yeah. And if they, like Dame said, if they happen, then that's on the parents. That's just it's that easy of a take.
Don't get me wrong. Some of these songs out here kind of wild on the western side. You know.
Oh, they are. That's why they don't get played in my house.
That's why they don't. Where the parents at? You know. You hear it, you cut it off, knock the headphones off.
I mean, you know, the perfect gif of this whole conversation is when Cardi was playing the joint with Megan WAP, and her daughter walks in the room and she ran and stopped the music so quick. That's the gif for this conversation.
That's it.
You laughing because you know it's the truth.
Y'all better get faster.
Ooh, child.
You have any thoughts on that, 1080?
No, I feel like, yeah, like what y'all said. It's personal is personal. What I do in my personal life, I mean, like you said, you still have to parent at the end of the day.
That's all it is.
You want the artist to parent for you?
No.
It's not their responsibility.
I mean, if you're going to allow the idol to parent for you, then you're going to have to worry about the consequences that come along with it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still up to you.
They're going to learn about whatever they're talking about somehow.
Exactly. And it's up to you to co-sign or not. Like, you figure it out. You're the parent. So you want them to listen to it, but you can't put that on the idol.
And if this is a case of idols growing up and doing more adult things, fans grow up too, y'all.
That's
Right.
true.
Right.
That's true.
Fans grow up.
Yeah. They don't want to hear that same old
They
stuff.
don't want to hear
They
that
don't.
same stuff.
They ain't going to be
Yeah.
super shy forever.
Yeah. He ain't gonna be super shy.
We go from
They
super shy to cream soda.
Yeah, super grown. You know?
Exactly. I'm just saying.
And another thing too, that Hennessy they wasn't putting out when they were making Hennessy, they wasn't thinking about the children. My dad kept Hennessy in the house. I had access to that Hennessy, right? And if my dad saw it in my cup, he would hit it out my hand.
Yeah, hang on. What you gonna respond back?
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg said it was okay.
Yeah,
You got a little ginger juice. Yeah.
where the parents at, man? Yeah.
Them dollars at.
Oh,
Ooh,
man.
child. Okay, so Jenny should not have been taken. No, wait. Jenny should not have taken that role in The Idol for multiple reasons.
We talked about this. We talked about this. I mean, we said that she took the role because, you know, she thought it'd be great for her. It's a role.
Yeah.
Didn't we talk about that?
We definitely have.
definitely.
It was like the first, second episode.
I
We
believe
talked
so.
about this. Yeah. So
Look, man, if she wanted to do the show, she can do the show.
Yeah, she
Who
can
cares
do
if
it.
it sucked?
Yeah, it was bad.
The clips I saw, she didn't do that bad.
yeah.
I mean, how else are you gonna know if you're good or bad?
You're not gonna
unless you
know.
try?
Yeah.
You're not gonna. You can't take it back. It's a risk. Everything you do in life is a risk.
Right.
She took a risk of, you know, trying that. But I bet you she gonna get another opportunity
Right.
later on. It's gonna be great.
If
Right.
Lisa's on Power next week and she's in a sex scene in every episode, that's cool. She's acting. It's not
wild.
real.
That's wild.
That's
man.
a wild
I want to
take.
see that.
No, I'm just
That's a
saying.
wild
Where the parents
example.
at? Where the
but-
parents at?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
where
where
the
the
parents
parents at? For real.
Well, I'm just saying because you know in Power that happens every episode.
Right.
But I'm just saying if she chose to do that, it's a role.
Right.
It's not real life. Like
yeah, it's a role.
It's a role. Like that doesn't weigh on Jenny as a person. Like
No.
the some of the stuff like
And she's a grown ass adult.
she a grown ass woman. And on
Alright.
top of that, when you look at all the people that win awards, well, excuse me, when you look at some of the people that get awards, especially minorities, they usually get it from doing something that's completely out of character. Like Denzel won it by playing a crooked cop. Halle Berry won by playing a hoe. So
Yeah.
when you look at stuff like that,
That's a wild.
That's wild. That's hot.
But it's true.
so I'm not saying that her role in the Idol was as extreme.
Yeah.
But what
It's
I am
edgy.
saying is
Monster
she may have thought like because that may have shaped people's image like she's not as good as a girl if I thought she was.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
And maybe it was
good
intentional.
acting. Yeah, exactly. That's good acting, and it helped. Bro, when you watch Grownish and you see Chloe and Haley, and you see the way Haley acts in that compared to the Little Mermaid,
And
she's a badass in Grownish.
yeah, but that child can't be
Completely
though.
out of character.
Yeah.
Like you see her talk in interviews, you be like, yo, that ain't her, that ain't Haley, because she did such a good job being an asshole.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you got to do something completely away from who you really are to
Mhm.
show that you can be an actor.
It shows your what do you call it?
range.
Your range. That's the
Yeah.
word.
At
yeah.
the end of the day, Jenny signed up for something, completed her role, and that's it. The show gets bad rap because of the
The weekend.
wait,
Yes. Chicago weekday.
the weekend, the writing, and everything about that. But we should never say she should have never taken that role because we don't know the
I guarantee
opportunity.
she got some more calls from that.
That's what I'm saying. We don't ever know. There's been plenty of stories in Hollywood where they be like, man, I wish I would have never did that movie, but I met this person and along the line, I did this with him and did that. So you just never know how it goes. So I can't never say that they should have never taken a role.
Medium for me, dog. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That role, you might want to roll the dice on something else, man. Because just think of like we talked about like Halle and Chloe. That thing she was in with Childish Gambino,
Oh, with Damson?
that didn't help her career at all.
You don't know that.
It didn't feel like it.
It was, I mean, she had a good role in that one.
She did.
Yeah.
She got some backlash from that one.
Oh, she definitely.
She always getting
Oh,
backlash.
no. She
because
was trending for days because of that scene.
that.
And it
Yeah.
didn't help the album sales neither.
Oh, it didn't. However, it was completely away from who she really is. Nobody believed her even after that scene. She did a good job.
Be careful what roles y'all taking. Y'all rolling the dice out here. Do some research. Should have known Weekend.
It's called acting.
It's called acting. I don't think no lower Chloe for doing that scene.
No,
Do you?
no. No, of course not.
Okay.
It's acting.
Well, all right. Okay, so BZ388 said that idols are humans with human emotions, not to be confused with any other kind of emotions that are available.
Yes.
Fans' view of their favorite idol are delusions.
Wait, fans' view of their favorite idols are delusions?
Yes. Mhm.
Well,
Talk to him.
that's a take. Because sometimes I'll be wondering about these fans and their idea of certain idols. And we hint, like, okay, prime example. They be like, y'all think these fans ain't getting it in?
Idols.
Or the idols ain't getting
Oh,
it
the fans
in?
definitely. Yeah.
But the idols are getting it in. But there's some fans who are like, no, they would never.
oh yeah.
But it's just like, yeah, they are. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and as far as human emotions, yes, I agree. Idols are human at the end of the day, and they have feelings. So yes, fire take.
I love how it took you to get there.
Because I just wanted to make sure I was taking that statement correctly, because I don't want to just think, yeah. Just wanted to make sure I was good.
Fire take, dog. Fire take. Look, what we see from these artists may not be 100% who they are. It's just what they're told to be. They may not even like the music. Like they may not be a fan. So yeah, look, let the artists be artists and keep it over there. So some artists I don't even want to meet, because of that. Well, now then again, you can't come in with an expectation.
There you go. There
Be
you
like,
go.
oh, I thought you would like X, Y, and Z. Like, how would you know that?
And
You
those delusions are going to hurt some fans.
Yeah.
Because they're going to have an idea of said idol. And then once they find out that idol ain't that way, that brings some hurts.
Oh, well.
But
Oh,
that's
sorry.
real life.
It's real life, man.
Yeah.
Enjoy the artist separate from the individual.
I agree. I mean, they say you should never meet your idols, right?
That's a fact.
They usually upset you in some way, shape, or form. So if you guys think these idols are perfect, and you can tell by the way when people make these shorts, the way they angle it. You know what I mean? Like I saw one earlier about Jung Young in Pride flag, and they're like, yeah, somebody told Jung Young to put it down, and they played the clip, and I'm like, nobody told her to put it down, unless y'all saying somebody told them before they went out, like they're not allowed to interact with that.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like the way they always, Taeyeon from NCT, right? He had apparently did the Chaewon challenge because she had messed up during one of the performances, and people were like, he took it down because people felt like he was offended. Like the way you angled it, like you don't know why he took it down. You don't even know if he even took it down.
Right.
But you frame it as if Taeyeon was like, "Oh damn, I offended somebody. Let me take it down." You don't know that. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like the images of it's definitely Frost. You guys have no clue how these guys really are. They say never meet your heroes.
Ooh.
Don't build them up so high for them to disappoint you. They're regular people. Some of them scratch their butts. Some
Yeah.
of them eat their boogers. You don't wanna
Ooh,
hear
I
that.
don't want to see an idol do that.
You don't want to
Dang,
hear
what
it.
you in these examples today?
I'm just
Yeah, okay,
I'm
listen
just
to the
trying
music.
to humanize people.
Yeah.
That's my whole point. They're human.
I better not see no idol eat a booger. If that'll ruin my whole image.
Your favorite idol sucks at Fortnite.
Oh yeah,
He's out. He's knocked out first every game. And you don't want to know that about them because you think they're an expert gamer.
Yeah, you don't know that.
Just chill. Your favorite idol lost to Ace on Mortal Kombat in a lobby, and he didn't even know he beat him
Yeah,
with flawless victories.
then ate a booger. Yeah.
Right. That's why he lost. His thumb
It was a
pad was
juicy
slippery.
one too.
Ah,
Just playing, y'all.
that's facts.
At the end of the day, y'all,
They're human.
they're human. Be a fan.
And they
And
eat
they're-
boogers.
And they boogers, and then who? You don't want to smell an idol's fart. You don't know what these
Right.
people are in
Some
public.
of these people be dropping SBDs in public,
Some of these hours might not take showers.
and some of
They might not-
the best designer clothes ever, looking beautiful.
Beautiful. Take
And
the
if you were
makeup
standing next to him, you'd be like, "Whoa,
off. Whoa,
what just happened?
y'all had,
We got to evacuate the building.
right?
All women and children."
Like, yeah. You don't see idols with the filters. That's a good point too.
Boy,
You're awesome. Okay, so Green Spark said international collaborations dilute the K-pop essence. Bang bang, why your face?
Oh, I was looking at
You were laser. It was like y'all were like.
we kind of
I
mentioned
was
that.
about to talk. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we kind of alluded to that. But I think me and Bang Bang was kind of talking about that with the whole K-pop is becoming westernized kind of thing. Like
Mhm.
we don't want that. We love K-pop because of K-pop. We love K-pop because of how we enjoy the K-pop music. While it's good to see the international collabs, we don't want it to dilute the brand or whatever thing, the whole thing. I believe that there have been some collabs where it comes in question, but for the most part, I think this year the collabs have been great when it comes to that. So, warm take. I'm feeling warm.
I think it's a fire take. It definitely dilutes it in some way, shape, or form. We'll see the effects later on. We're not going to see them today or tomorrow. It's one of those things. It's gradual. You know, I feel like the TXT Anita thing is a good example of one that worked out well.
that worked. Yep.
However, it still does stray away from TXT style. They had to cater to what Anita could do just a bit, but it's what happens with collaborations. You know, it's just a matter of time before, you know, whatever the trend is going to be the trend in K-pop. I mean, normally it's a couple years back, but it's a matter of time before, you know, if Drake puts an album out where he's on them tings, and
Jesus.
I wouldn't be surprised. You know what I'm saying? I can see Card talking
Yeah.
about tings.
Combination.
Yeah, I can see it. It's a possibility. I feel like that's a hot take.
Oh, no.
I think that's a fire take. It definitely dilutes it a bit. Every time it's just a little bit of a dilution, just a little bit, and it just merges everything a little bit more.
Fire take. I mean, you got to be careful out here. You know, they're this whole world domination. You know, takes away from the main product, and you know, and we all know the reason why they're trying to get theirs is for, I would feel like, profit. You know, it's not to really, you know, understand the cultures. It's because they want to tap into the sound and say, hey, we're everywhere. But I don't know if that's the best move. So, hot take.
If they start giving these labels, I mean these artists, time to collab, right? Because like I feel like they're so scared of having Anita around TXT for too long because of the way fans are going to react to it. So if they allowed natural, organic, sitting down, conversating, and let them come up with stuff as opposed to, hey, recording this studio, that studio, because we need to keep y'all apart. We can't have them being with you. Like, it'll break the fantasy for the fans. Like, once stuff opens up a little bit more and we start seeing like true collabs and stuff like that, where it's like they locked in for real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then I think stuff won't be as diluted because they'll come up with something, take the time. Like how we saw Simon in Atlanta working with the group, right? It should have been XG and Simon working with the group. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're done.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
I could just rant forever, but yeah.
Okay, let's not.
Yeah, let's not.
Okay, so J Marpayo. I probably messed that all kinds of way up. But they said survival shows over what? I read this and it didn't sound right then either. Oh, over rely on fan voting ends up pleading to a popularity contest rather than showcasing genuine talent and potential.
We were just talking about this. We talked about this before we actually started recording.
Yeah.
That's a fire take. I don't think that survival shows should allow any voting from fans. I feel like they should put together the best group possible. I feel like they should try to figure out groups where the members all enjoy each other's company and can work, like not just be diplomatic and work together. But I don't think fan voting should be a thing, because sometimes it works out, and in the times where it works out, I think of Chewy and Momo, right? Well, mainly Chewy, but I don't think that should be a thing. I get that it supposedly builds brings a built-in audience that's already going to purchase the album, right? Because they voted for the group. But
Right.
look at Danny Kane, right? I mean, Puff Daddy kind of went with what people wanted. And,
He did.
And it didn't necessarily end up with the because everybody wanted Aubrey in the group, and Aubrey was great. I wanted Aubrey in the group too.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I don't feel like she was the best person to lead the group. I feel like it was basically based off of, fan service. I feel like D Woods would have been a better choice.
1000%.
And I think Diddy knew that, but he wanted to cater to what the audience wanted. And I feel like that plus some bad management decisions resulted in Danny Kane not being as big as they should have been.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's partially, what's going on with some of these groups nowadays, or at least the ones that's from the shows. We haven't seen years of them yet, like the newer groups that are being put together from shows with fan votes, like Product X and stuff like that. I mean, the other group that had that song X that we liked a lot, I can't even remember their name anymore, but they were here and gone in a flash in the pants. Treasure's been all right,
Yeah.
but they are signed to YG, so that means they don't get to put out much. I mean, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I don't think fan voting should be a thing. It does turn into popularity contests, and I always think that's a bad thing for the music industry as a whole.
Numbers lie. Fans, they know how to manipulate all these numbers when it comes to these lines, these phones, all this stuff.
Yeah.
Nah. Get it out the fans' hands. Fire take.
Fire take. As a fan, we don't know what we want. We don't know what we like, and we don't have enough information. We don't know anything about the chemistry. You know how important chemistry is when it comes to groups, right? You can put the five best people in the world in the same room, and they can't make a hit, right? There's a chemistry. There's like a give and take that you need to have when you put these certain people in the room, and you have to appreciate that. The fans can't pick that out, So no, it should not be in the fans' hands at all, because we don't know what we want. We're consumers. We're not creators in that sense. So,
Well, some of us are.
what's that?
So some of us are.
Well, at least for the groups. yeah, true. But at least
but Johnny watching at home, not Johnny in our Discord. Johnny watching at home probably is just like casual.
yeah, like true that. So we're not creating the groups, so we should not be saying, yeah, so and so should be in there, and then not listen to their music a month later. So
Exactly.
Seriously. Okay, we reloading. All right, next up, we got some preguntas. Okay, questions.
Questions,
Oh, okay.
Dave.
I taught you this last night.
Gosh.
Whatever.
I taught you this last night, man.
Gunta is questions.
No, preguntas.
Pregunta.
That foreign.
What? What?
Don't do that, Dan.
I remember that from Spanish class.
Pregunta.
I
Play
failed
Junta?
Spanish
I
one.
super failed it.
I failed Spanish
There's
one.
no way. No way I should have passed Spanish.
I went up to 4.
Nice.
I still know nothing.
Nice. I went up to 2, and that was it for me.
I still know nothing.
How much you know?
Yes, gracias.
Huh?
How much you know?
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Yes.
I mean, I knew that. So if that's all you knew.
All right, back to the questions. Come on.
Pregunta.
Preguntas. ¿Hay que tu problema?
Oh, sí.
Read that first question in Spanish.
Oh, no. No. I don't remember how to say that in Spanish.
How did we get here?
Lolita Wood, 3546, wants to know how we all met.
Okay, yeah, this is basically the About Us section. I asked everybody in the comments, since we don't talk about ourselves much, what do you guys actually want to know, since you guys claim we don't talk about ourselves? So I'll start with 1080p.
Oh, you know me. Okay.
One of my good friends, FTG, aka Fenton. I'm not gonna say his last name because I don't want nobody on Facebook. But looking him up on Facebook, FTG, because I'll be like, who are all these people? FTG, yeah, one of my good friends, FTG, man, childhood friend, grew up with him. He was the manager at Pizza Hut when 1080p was hustling. She was working multiple jobs.
Wow.
That was my Jamaican face.
Okay. Walk on.
She was on her mark. And she was working at Pizza Hut. I'm tripping. I was working at Farm Fresh.
Yeah.
And she was working at Pizza Hut, and I saw her. I was like, "Yo, man, you know her?" He's like, "Yeah, man. I'll introduce y'all." And ain't nothing really too crazy about it.
Okay.
What
was the line?
I don't remember. I just remember one day he was like, "Yeah, I had told her," and she had.
It was a lyric, wasn't it?
Nah,
yeah.
Hey, Ma, what's up?
I honestly don't remember. I just remember he was just like, "Yeah," she said just to call her, and I called her, and I was just like, "Yo, what's going on?" And she was like, in 1080p, she straight up curved me out the gate.
Dang.
Like, she's like, "Look, I'm busy." Like this is like in like November or something like that. She's like, "Look, I'm busy until the end of the year, so if you want to call me at the beginning of the year, maybe we can talk or something like that."
Dang, you wasn't on the schedule.
You have to understand. I was a single mother at the time.
Yeah.
And it was like right before my oldest daughter, she was getting ready to have surgery, so I wasn't like trying to get into a no kind of nothing.
Yeah.
So I just put it out there initially.
So basically, you say if you ain't really about your business, then I don't think I'm gonna hear back from you.
No, I didn't want to like have conversations.
Yeah, 1080p a long time ago was an interesting person.
Okay.
I've matured a lot.
Yeah, she was an interesting person. Like she would randomly call. These are fun stories, I guess. Okay. She would randomly call me and be like, "Yeah, this is going too well, and I don't think it's real, so we should just break up."
Wow. You was looking like a provider.
She was just like, she would be like, "Look, we don't argue, we don't fight. Something's wrong."
Wow.
Like, no, dead ass. Actually,
so you were very realistic.
It wasn't toxic.
You were very realistic.
It wasn't. It's just like,
this is going
up.
too good.
Yeah, sun's up. I don't trust this, so yeah, let's break up. And she would get mad because I'd be like,
okay.
I
was like, why is he not talking to me?
Yeah, and then she'd call me a month later or so, like, "Yo, why didn't you call me?" And I'm like, "Yo, you said don't call you."
That was love.
Like, that's literally me. You tell me don't do something, I'm not doing it.
That's not.
You tell me don't call you. Trust and believe. Like, I take that to the T.
Yeah, pretty funny.
So yeah, that's me and 1080p.
Our origin story.
Yeah.
I
mean, I guess Ace
hilarious.
could tell how.
Hilarious.
That's funny.
I want to hear from Ace's point of view how me and Ace.
Well, I'm just saying,
man.
stuck on you. That back and forth is hilarious.
That's fine.
Like, I would love to just see that. Like, all right. 2 weeks later, why ain't you called me?
You just don't
No,
understand.
that's
You
it.
said, don't
It
call
was
me.
terrible. And I like legit could not understand. Like, I don't understand why he's listening to me. What the fuck?
That's even better.
Because she was so used to her baby dad stalking her forever, and most guys,
Yeah.
because it's like, 'cause, you know,
I see.
because most guys, it's like most guys she had talked to before were on that toxic shit.
Yeah.
Ah,
That's what I was used to.
That's a interesting chase. It's like he listens.
It's like, but why? I have shit to say and you want to listen to me? What the hell? It was so foreign.
Oh man, that's hilarious. All right, so yeah, I guess chronologically, mine will come up next.
chapter
So-
2.
Chapter 2.
So
Gonna tell them the great
This
rapper
is,
that you were going to see.
this is 2015.
That sounds about right. Yeah, 26.
No, this is
Yeah,
2015.
2015. Yeah.
Wow.
I had just moved down here to Atlanta, Georgia,
From the mittens.
from the mitten,
hmm
and
With the crazy girl.
we don't have to put
No, this is
Nah, nah,
this
she
part of the
wild.
story.
Yeah, oh wow.
We gotta talk about
Yeah,
that.
we gotta talk about that one.
People be wanting to hear about this person.
Yeah, oh wow.
said person, and I was just like, oh snap, Lupe Fiasco's in town. This was literally spur of the moment.
Oh, for real?
This was spur of the moment.
See, I don't even know that.
I was not planning to go. I just happened to see that. Oh, dang, he's actually and I'm coming from a place where there was not many concerts in my area.
Ah, the
So you know,
Me too.
if we had to go to a concert, we had to go to Detroit, Lansing, stuff like that.
mitten. Yeah.
So said person and I agreed to go to this show,
Sad person.
and you know, and
Blurred face.
blurred face.
Blurred face with the wig.
She had
Wow.
Terrible.
Got the
Damn.
extensions.
damn. She had
I hope she sees this too.
she
She
had-
be
I
mad.
hope
Shut-
not.
I hope
we don't
not.
need that smoke.
she had children, you know, so we had to
Plural.
and you know, God rest in peace, my grandma.
And the kid was not his son.
no,
not
they were not
his.
my kids.
Okay.
Not my kids. That's another story.
The kid.
But God rest in peace, my grandma. She I was just like, oh, we can't, you know, I want to go see this show. She's like, oh no, baby, I watched the kids. Da, 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 da. I love her for that so much. But we went to the show. We in line. Granted, I'm somewhere where I ain't never been. Was it Midtown? Where it was at?
I don't
somewhere,
know. Somewhere like that. I had
Somewhere
never been there
Midtown?
before either.
someplace. So we're in line, and I'm just talking, and I forgot what I said. Or was it the white dude that was there?
The white dude.
We
I
was
feel
talking.
Like we kind of started talking from the white guy.
Yeah, because he was talking about a certain song, and I think I had a comment on it, and I think Dame was behind us,
Yeah.
and Dame was just like, I don't even like that song. It was something along the lines of that, and we just started talking, and we just started going back and forth,
Mhm.
and then we got into the show, and then we was talking during the show
Mhm.
with me, him, and the white guy or whatever he was called. We was real cool,
Yeah.
and then.
Because we
In the
exchanged
midst-
numbers with him too. But
Yeah, well, we lost contact. But in the midst of that,
Ah.
he told me that he does a podcast and everything like that, and you know you should listen to it. Da, 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 da,
it
'cause
had
we
to
were
be
talking about that.
2016 because we didn't
Was
have
it
a podcast.
2016?
Yeah, it was early 2016.
So it had to be 2016.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Okay, so yeah, because I know I had been down here for some months. I just didn't know when the concert was. But yeah, and then after that, I started. You know, I was a fan. I started listening to the
Shout
podcast, and they were, you know, that's when we were still doing. Well, they at the time were doing like music reviews and everything like that. And I literally would just shoot albums here and there. Hey, y'all should listen to this. Y'all should listen to that. Y'all should listen to
Dope.
this. And they'll listen to it, do the reviews. I'll tune in. Da 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 da. And then after that, Dame had invited me to do the was it Thanksgiving or Christmas?
I think it was Thanksgiving.
It was-
I think so.
Thanksgiving.
Mm.
Okay, so yeah, and he invited me to do that, and I was just like, cool, I'll come on the episode. I want to say it was a Christmas because we wanted to do the top albums
You might be right. It was
or something
Christmas.
like that.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think you're right. Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I came over and I remember it like it was yesterday. I see 1080p. Whoa, you're tall.
Oh, that's dope.
That sounds like her.
Yeah.
Super facts.
That sounds
Super
like her.
facts.
And that's all I remember. And oh no, but I had met you and Alicia.
Yeah,
Because y'all were both at the show.
Yeah,
Oh,
Alicia
yeah,
came at
yeah.
the last minute.
Yeah.
Because she, I was just like, yo, do you want to see Lupe Fiasco?
Yeah.
And she was like, sure.
Yeah.
And then she became a fan after the concert.
Mhm.
So
Dope.
I started on that episode, and then after that, he was just like, "Hey, you want to come next week? Cool. You want to come next week? Cool." And that's how it started. So yeah. So I guess next.
Chapter 3.
The Book of Bang Bang.
Oh man, I didn't even know that story.
Oh,
I had no idea.
Oh yeah.
I guess that makes sense for my story then, because I was just hanging. But I guess my origin story. I had a podcast first. Podcast no name. Wait, of course they know the names of the episodes.
They know the names. If you go back, you'll know the name.
So I had a podcast.
Welcome to the Wall.
Welcome to the Wall. Shout out, or no shout out, depends. But but I had a podcast back then, and I think it was 2000. It was a year later, if not mistaken, right?
Probably.
So a year later, we had a podcast, and it was dope because we had a podcast for like a year, and we never put an episode out. And everybody was like, "We got to put episodes out." We just had all this content. We had no editors, and that time I was doing everything. Right, I was doing this production, this. I brought the equipment. I had all this stuff I did, and my friends wasn't doing as much. So we thought it was a good idea to bring on an editor. So we put out something off Craigslist. I think it was an ad. Put an ad out on Craigslist, and 3 people actually responded. Dane was one of those guys. We interviewed 2 of them to be our editor, and they were cool. They gave us their prices. I think we were looking for videographers and everything too. And then and Dane was the last one. I think we met like at a Panera Bread or something.
Yeah, it was
Mhm.
Panera Bread.
Man,
I had never been there before. I remember looking up the menu before I went.
Because that's what we do.
Because I'll be like, I don't eat shit, so I don't like
So
going
facts.
places to eat without knowing what's already on the menu. So I
Facts.
already know if I just curve eating.
Yep.
Period. I need to eat before I leave.
man. And me being so careless, like I was just like, all right. And usually the other interviews, all the other podcasts would come with me. For this particular one, it was just me and Dane. So this was the last one.
Ash was there.
Ash was there?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, Ash was there.
She was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she had paid for my food because I didn't want her to.
Shout out.
But she was just like, nah, I'm buying.
Oh, that's all I
I
got.
was just like, I'm like,
That's not like Ash, yeah. That makes sense.
shout out to Ash.
Shout out to Ash, man. Forcing me to do things. So we went and we was just chopping it up, and I think the conversation was just natural. We spent a lot of time just like talking about like the sucky parts of podcasting and the work side of things. And I asked him why he wanted to do the editing, and he was like, "Look, I'm really just trying to build a network." I'm like, "Well, I gotta hire you for that. Like we just kick it. Like it wasn't a big deal for me. So we didn't hire Dame. I mean, he told me he was supposed to be networking. So I was like,
You applied for a job that you didn't want. That's what it sounds like.
so we hired another guy, right?
Yeah, see where you went wrong there, buddy.
So in exchange, I was like, well, I can't give you money if I give you me. So I just pulled up just to kind of like check out the spot. Dan was cool about it. He's like, yeah, man, just pull up. And I think I just was I like to be in the atmosphere of podcasting.
Did you come first, or did we come to your house first? I'm
I
trying
felt
to
like he
remember.
came here.
I came first.
You came here first?
And I invited y'all out,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So I think Dame invited me out, and I came first. He was just wanting to show me how things work, because Dame's really helpful. Like, hey, I'll show you anything, help you guys out. I think he even said you can really do it yourself. And I was like, yeah, but I don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but he'll show me the equipment. That's what we use. That's how we set up, which I appreciated. And the energy was just so cool. I was like, man, I could just sit and watch the podcast. And you guys came in. I think it was the whole team. It was 3 at that time.
Yeah,
All
it
3 of you guys.
Yeah.
And I just sat in. And I just loved how you guys were moving. Like you guys are like machines. Coming from my background, I'm so careless and free. Y'all seen it. It's chaotic over on my side.
Put the camera on me. He lying. If when I tell y'all, we walked into the Bat Cave, okay? We walked into like his whole studio.
Super dope setup.
Fire. It was yo, it's called Welcome to Wall. They had a wall.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, it looked like a wall. Okay,
The concrete wall.
had TVs everywhere,
Different angles.
chill
We
spots.
did.
Bro, the vibe was so immaculate. We just talked for like hours that night.
Yeah, it was dope.
Like putting each other on the new music.
Yeah. So he
So
had the whole environment set up, y'all.
Yeah,
Don't
we-
let him discredit that.
We was kind of like exchanging like setups. You see my setup, I see your setup type vibe. So it was a real cool thing. And I think that the same day I saw you guys, I really admired how you guys move. And I was like, man, those guys gonna be so big. Like, I just wanted to be around to share the energy, you know. And then you guys came out, and I remember Ace being kind of like everybody was so serious on this side. You guys were it felt that way to me. Everybody was so serious. It made me serious. I'm not even a serious guy. So anyway, we did exchange, whatever. We saw each other's faces, and I think Dave invited me out to come again. I just started coming every Sunday. And then you guys invited me to a Power episode.
Yeah, because we had asked Juan if he wanted to join us for Power, and he said nah. 'Cause
Yeah.
he wasn't into it.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
you were watching it. At
I was
the time.
literally
He was
just
already
started
a fan.
watching it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
he was
you
like,
I think you had just caught up.
just caught up. Somebody just put me on it, and I was like, yo, I'm a fan. And he was like, you want to get on? You know, Dame was like, hey, you want to jump on? I'm like, all right. And first episode, if you look at it, I was so freaking nervous. It was so painful. And it was so intimidating. I didn't even know why. It was, and in my style, I'm really jokey and this and that. I was like, man, I don't know if this will work. You know, I don't have a serious bone in my body. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the chemistry was just so cool. It felt so natural. I just kept coming back, just off the strength of just like the vibe. And then I think that was pretty much my story. Like I just kept coming around. I didn't stop.
I mean, but we was going over your house too, because you was throwing parties.
I was throwing parties too. It was so organic, man. We was just kind of going back and forth, and then
I got videos, y'all.
yeah, it was dope. But yeah, that was it, man. It was just vibed out, and then I think you guys called me over for the K-pop reaction. I think Blackpink was one of the first ones.
Well, we were already
We-
doing
yeah,
we
yeah.
were already doing reactions, period.
Yeah.
It's just that was one to come along.
Well, he
in
was
the midst
here
of it.
when we were doing reaction.
Yeah, I was
like,
there,
he was
yeah.
still coming over, but
yeah.
it was just when we did the.
Yeah,
The K-pop.
we were just like, you want to jump on this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, well, that's actually one of the questions, but you know.
Nope, answer that
No,
one.
shout out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So somebody had sent us a request to do Blackpink. Oh, you looked it up? Looked the person up?
No.
Oh, I thought this
no,
was
no,
like-
no, no.
Not even
But
a little bit.
Somebody had asked us to do Blackpink.
Shout out.
And we were all sitting here. I was like, yeah, I don't even know what it is, man. You want to do this, Ace? And then he was just like, sure, why not? And then I was like, yo, Bang Bang, you want to get in on this? Like, I never heard it before. You ever listen to K-pop? He's like, nah. And we just did it.
All
Yeah.
got schooled that day.
Huh?
That we all got schooled that day.
Oh yeah, because I got people really upset with some of my comments.
Mm.
You know, people make mistakes,
Yeah, mistake.
especially Americans.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
But we grew.
It's a Western mistake.
Oh goodness. Okay, so let's see. AKC Hearts JB. Well, they want to know if you will ever say your guys' real name.
I mean, my real name is Damien.
Mm.
I mean, it's not that deep.
That's not
I
your
ain't think-
name.
Nah, that's really
That's
my
a real
name.
thing?
It's not your name.
Nah, that's my real name.
I say
Government
we'll
and all.
only say it by accident.
I've said P's real name
I've
like
said
100
it.
times.
Me
on
too.
accident.
Yeah.
And it's not because I got a P.
Shout out.
Do you want to say your real name 1080p? I mean,
1080p.
okay.
Nice.
I mean, I could say my name, but y'all
Say
probably
my
would not
name, say my name.
mispronounce it.
Yeah.
So my name is Jerion.
Nice.
There you go.
Rhymes with Darion.
Some people call me
Quarion.
G for short.
Yeah, sometimes I say G while we're reacting.
Yeah.
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 I be messing up all the time. I think I done
Yeah.
said everybody's government.
Yes. My name is Jamal.
No, it isn't.
Oh, it's not?
If you wanted to be Jamal, sure.
Jamal. What did it do, Jay?
Jamal. Out of all names.
Yep.
Jamal.
You
Right,
look
with
like
an
a
accent at the end. Jamal.
My name is Jerome.
Jerome. Oh, man. My name is Amir. But I feel like we've said it all the time. So, but yeah.
Usually on
I
accident.
mean, fine. My name
True
is
that.
Paulette. Then, damn.
Uh,
I thought we were trying
I
to.
said
say-
your name like
I know, but I'm
two or
just
three times
saying.
last week.
You're right. You're right. I'm just saying. I
that's
didn't know
funny.
we were gonna like actually do it. Fine.
Ooh, it's a
There's that.
reveal.
I know. Okay, so let's see what's next. What made y'all do a reaction channel? Oh,
I mean, we started out.
Yeah, we kind of
Doing-
answered
Yeah, we
that
did that
question.
already.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of started out doing other stuff before we did reactions. I mean, reactions just kind of something that we just started doing because we had just basically made an oath that if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it our way. We're not gonna be acting
Yeah.
out. We're not gonna be out here spitting up water.
overreacting.
You know, doing.
It was a
backflips
natural
on camera,
progression
yeah.
because what we did was reviews and analysis and everything like that. A
a
natural
little bit of
progression. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So let's see. Kathy, aka Nina, wants to know when was the aha moment of realizing that you became a K-pop fan?
For me, it was Red Velvet, Bad Boy. That was when I was just like, yo, this is really dope. Like the stuff we had seen up to that point was really dope. You know, the
Oh yeah.
the
of course.
Blackpink stuff, the BTS stuff, but the stuff that the thing that really grabbed me was Red Velvet, Bad Boy. So if you ever wonder in Patreon why you request Red Velvet albums and I don't do them, it's because that day I went and listened to every Red Velvet album because I was like super hooked. So all Red
Yeah.
Velvet requests would have to go to Ambitious Ace to the left.
It's crazy because I can't pinpoint the aha moment because
Yeah.
I was already a nerd, a geek for anything like just that's not of my like I guess me stereotype. So I can say one of my moments was of course Shiny. As
Yeah.
the more we got into Shiny, I was just like, yo, and then I mean. Like I was trying to actually think about when was the aha moment, but I really have to go back and through every record because it was already something generally I was already into. Like I'm always into stuff outside of what maybe perceived as my norm. So
Yeah.
yeah, I would just say an easy layup for me was just Shiny because I remember just always like, yo, who is this group and why haven't I been paying attention? So I guess it was Shiny. The more we got into Shiny, because I feel like every Shiny reaction, we was just like, yo, what?
Yeah, it was
Oh
amazing.
my God. This and this and that. So for me, it was Shiny.
I would say for me, I can't think of the. It was really two, but it was a PLT when we first started saying
Egoholic.
anger music, Egoholics.
Yeah, Egoholics.
That's a good one.
That one was like, yo,
Yeah.
this is something different. I think that's when we
Yeah.
started coming up with hanger music.
Yeah, you're right.
And around that time, my energy was kind of changing when it comes to certain, because I was looking for certain groups around that same time too.
Mhm.
Like, okay, I'm starting to get like my bearings. So PLT, Egoholic, and then but the real one, if I can be honest, was Instagram by Dean.
Oh,
Man,
yeah.
it
Because
was,
then we knew there was more than K-pop. It was like just everything.
Man.
Yeah.
I that song hit me in a way, was like, and I wasn't really on IG like that, but just the passion, the artist, the expression. We were kind of getting used to like the theatrics when it came to K-pop, but that Dean one was like, oh, he's doing something different with this one. Like I'm feeling it, and I'm connecting with it.
Yeah.
I would say that was the first time I really connected with a song.
1080p. Do you
What?
have a moment?
Oh, Itzy Wannabe.
Okay.
Mm.
After Ace showed me his moves,
No,
was-
no.
yeah.
No.
He showed me that he could do it.
No, I couldn't. I could
So-
not do it.
A little-
I felt implored that I could do it too, and I could be whoever I wanted.
I think I
to
can
be.
do it better
Nice.
now.
You see, you like how I did it there? Yeah.
You gonna prove it?
No.
Oh, wow.
But that's when I started paying attention. So it was just like, otherwise it was just noise. Because I'm like, I don't know. I'm weird. Carry on. Oh wait, no, that's my turn.
Because initially, even when we first started reacting, you weren't recording. I felt like we would just set it to record,
Mhm.
and
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I wasn't. I was like, nah, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what's happening here.
Yeah.
I wasn't paying it. I was not invested. But then when that wannabe and I was like, oh, let me pay attention. And then it was a wrap. Now that is my whole playlist. But it's okay. So, we're almost at 2:15, Dame.
Just,
Okay, just making sure.
yeah.
Okay. So, how you pronounce this? Emmy Moore. Yeah, let's run with that.
Nice.
So, Emmy Moore wants to know, what are your all-time favorite K-pop albums, and what other music besides K-pop do you guys listen to?
All-time K-pop albums. You know what? For the sake of controversy,
Oh, Lord.
I will just name one. I'm not even gonna take the safe route and be like, I'm gonna name a whole bunch. And I actually have it. I have the album. Yep, right up there. You can't see it on camera. I can see that you can't see it, but yeah, that's Red Velvet.
Nice.
Perfect Velvet. I feel like it's a perfect album. I have nothing else to add to that. I feel like that's a perfect album.
And what other music do you listen to?
Oh, that was the other question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, hip hop and R&B. I mean, I was listening to Nas' album on Thursday because apparently it dropped early. I listened to Vic Mensa on Saturday. Or Friday. It was really good. But yeah, I listen to hip hop, R&B. I think I've said this statement plenty of times. I listen to everything but country. But there is this one country song that is fire. It's called Make Me a Drink. Make a Drink. I can't remember who sings it. I'll tell you in a minute. But it's a great country song that you should listen to.
Okay.
All right, so I don't have an all-time favorite. I was not going to do it because there's too much I like. And I was not going to stress over making an all-time favorite because
Yeah, that's tough.
it's tough. But yeah, I listen to a variety of different things. It just depends on my mood, whether it's hip hop, R&B, a little rock, a little lo-fi instrumentals. I like some J-pop records. I like some of everything. I listen to video game soundtracks. I'm
Me
weird
too.
like that.
Me too.
I like to just listen to music and whatever, fits my mood at the moment. So it's a wide variety, and I'm always just expressing myself in different type of ways when it comes to music.
Shout out.
The country song is Chris Jansen. It's called Fix a Drink. Y'all should check it out. It's a great song.
Go check it out. For me, I'm like Ace. I didn't want to try to go through. I'm trying to pick the one. But as far as music, I'm basic, y'all.
You're not basic,
Oh,
man.
trust me, I'm basic out. But like, I listen to a lot of old school music, like jazz, like outside of like like I don't listen to a lot of mainstream rap anymore. So yeah, if it's around and it's there, I'm gonna listen to it. Jazz, heavy jazz, lo-fi music. Man, sometimes I listen to water. You know what I mean? Like just the noises of like water, like meditation music, video game music. Like I listen to like everything. So for me, it's kind of like a mood thing. So if I'm in a mood, then I'll, I may tap into some Usher if I feel emotional, or like if I want to let it burn or something like that. And then study music. If I'm like trying to stay focused. So shout out.
I guess your favorite K-pop album will be Formula of Love 1080p.
It's a good pick.
I mean, it's one of the three, yeah.
Okay.
But the other two are like new. But I mean, it's like those are the ones that I don't have to skip anything. I can play it all the way through. But I haven't listened to a lot. Well, no, that's a lie. I've listened to I've listened to whole albums.
You just forget.
You're right. You're right.
Because I ask you what you thought, and you'd be like, I don't remember.
That is true. But Formula Love, I know I go back to that one. And right now, Zone by Geo and New Jeans. Get Up. Yeah. And then the other music that I listen to is pretty much hip hop, R&B, reggae, dancehall, Disney.
Oh yeah, reggae. Shout out.
Spanish music. It like Bang Bang said, it's whatever my mood is. If I feel like speaking other languages, if I feel like twerking, it just depends.
Put that on your mama?
Yeah, put that on my mama, or I'm like rapping Lil Kim. You know, it just depends on my mood. So yeah,
Put that on your hood?
I look good.
I look fly.
Wish you would.
I love it. Okay, so let me put the camera right here. This is for you, boo boo. Okay, so Street Noise wants to know, when did the esteemed Mr. Bang Bang of Boomerang first realize
I don't want
you were America's sweetheart?
Yeah, right. I don't want to answer that. But I would say, man, shout out to Street Noise, man. I feel like all the guys, we've said it, you know, early on in the journey, how important Street Noise was. Like it, I think I said it. She my bias. You know, like a lot of ways she kind of ushered us in. You know, where it's like, check this out. Did you check this out? Make sure you say do this. And it was very important because we didn't know what was going on. You know, especially when it came to the culture. Like there was a lot of learning. So yeah, Street Noise, shout out, man. That was nice. But, y'all know I'm not going to answer that.
Oh, Street Noise is definitely the first.
Yeah.
Like she literally like grabbed us by the hands and walked us probably to like our first 75K subscribers.
Love.
Like seriously. Like
Love.
yeah, we love Street Noise. And then, after Street Noise, Ava came, Andrea came. I don't know the order. I don't know the order. Kage, Sarah, everybody that's in our Discord, Oliver, Christian, Crazy Johnny, all of them, Moni, they all kind of came and like, they all kind of like, keep everybody grounded.
Yep.
You can go in there after you see a crazy comment and vent, and they'll talk you off the ledge. They'll tell you if you were wrong too. They'll be like, nah, damn, you was out of line, man. What did you mean? We love them guys for that. Everybody,
Super love.
super accountable. Everybody. If I didn't say your name, man, no, trust. We love you, man.
Yo, that's
Ren,
a fact.
all of y'all. All of y'all.
Facts.
It's just too many names to name.
Yeah.
And the way my memory is set up, all I remember is Katie.
Shout out to Katie.
Shout out to Katie, man.
Oh man, I still get the feels when we got those bobbleheads and stuff. Like,
Yeah, hopefully we have a meetup soon, man.
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
That'd be really dope. I don't know if there's any concert that everybody's coming to Georgia for, but that'd be dope.
I mean,
Those are always super fun, and we're usually there like all night.
yeah,
This is great.
Good vibes. Okay, so this is like a combo question because people just be wanting to know, what do y'all do for a living?
I work for the government.
shout out, top secret.
Well, I'm unemployed.
I can't say that.
When you say it like that.
I mean, I got fired, y'all.
Oh, jeez.
I used to work at a school. I got fired. Technically,
He got let go.
yeah, I got let go. I'm currently unemployed, y'all. I'm currently looking. I'm venturing into cybersecurity.
Shout out.
But yeah, currently unemployed.
Yeah, I work for the government. I was playing. No, I'm playing.
Yeah.
I don't work for no government.
Okay.
But I work from home now. I'm working in what field would this be classified as?
I couldn't tell you.
Making money.
HR.
Yes, I'm along in that field right now. I talk to people every day
I talk to people every day.
about their problems, about their issues.
Yes.
Yes.
That's fun.
I would say I'm a human calculator, so I pretty much. People tell me things to compute, and I just compute it, by hand. I have electric eraser as well, so if I make a mistake, but
An electric
No,
eraser? I love it.
but I guess for a living, I don't know what you classify, but I guess like an electrical designer. That's I'm the outlet guy.
The outlet
The
guy.
outlet guy.
Hey, we need an outlet here. Okay. And we need a light here. Okay. That's
Oh,
it.
goodness. Okay, and I'm in the medical industry. That's it. That's all I got.
Shout out.
But do you guys?
Yeah, I think you can get in trouble for talking about what you do.
I'm in the medical industry. That's
That's very
Don't,
broad.
don't violate
That's
HIPAA.
good. That's
Yeah.
good.
Don't
Yeah.
violate no HIPAA violations.
yeah.
Hip.
So the second part of the question is, do you love your jobs? Is it your passion? Or is what you're doing on the channel your actual passion?
I like creating content. I'd say that's a passion of mine. I like being creative and doing things that's fresh. Uh, I hated my last job. I talked about it all the time, how much I hated it.
Yeah,
I did too.
Live.
I
Yeah.
did all the time.
All the time. I mean, they literally tried to prevent me from doing like damn near half of the listening parties we did.
Yeah.
So no, I did not like my last job. Yeah, I'm just passionate about doing things that I find like happiness and fun and joy in. I don't like business stuff. It usually gets really whack and non-creative.
Yeah, if this was me about 2 years ago, I would have still told you I hate my job. I hate everything I do right now. I don't love it right now, but I think it's somewhere more progressive than when I've ever been. So I've been in a much better headspace than you probably seen me like 2 or 3 years ago when I was still talking about my old job.
Yeah.
So yeah, right now it's a little bit better, but it's not where I want to be. But I can see what I can use it for to get somewhere that I prefer to be. But I would love to do things like with creatively with the channel full time. That would be amazing. I think that's the passion of mine is just creating and learning more and more about just trying to do something different. And I love being the person behind the scenes. I really like that. Like
Yeah.
when we watch all this stuff, like I'm just analyzing how did they do that? How did they do this? How did they shoot that? How did they edit this? That's just how my mind works. And then like sometimes I like to figure out that stuff myself.
That's dope. I'll be chilling. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it comes to my job, I'll just be chilling. Like, do I like what I do? Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, it's straightforward, but I don't know if it's like where I'm the best at. If I can be honest and say that, I'm a super duper introvert. Like, super. I can't even like explain how much of an introvert I am. But I do like working with people, which is the weirdest thing ever. Like I think collaborative projects is something I love doing. Small business is something I like to dabble into, but like creative collaborative efforts is something that's like when there's a lot of moving pieces and it has to move people, like that's something I've probably been the best at. Like, oh, we should do this. Come up with an idea and we put a whole bunch of things together. I like if I can try to relate to somebody, I would say like a Diddy, in some aspects where he likes to curate things. Everybody's like, what does Diddy do exactly? He doesn't play piano, he doesn't play any instruments, he don't produce, but he likes to curate, like just individuals. Hopefully that makes sense. But I know when I was doing the podcast, I had a lot of fun early on when I first started, and it was like introduce some friends to this, and we had to get equipment, and we had to bring this in, and we get this. I feel like the more complex the problem is, the more I like it for some reason. So, and people are the most complex things on this earth. So, but yeah, I don't know if I said anything,
No,
but
that's good.
I definitely said something.
You
Yeah.
so silly.
That's good.
That was dope. Okay.
You like your
so-
job?
I mean, I don't. I like my
Shout
job.
out.
I like my job when I feel like I can actually help somebody. And then you piss me off, and then I help you. I'm gonna just shut up.
Yeah. Don't violate HIPAA.
I'm not violating
Yeah.
HIPAA. I just, whatever. So let's see. Yeah, that's how we're gonna say it today. UU6289 wants to know what you guys do, how you spend your time outside of TRC, and what does your day-to-day look like?
I'm usually always doing something TRC related. There's like a lot that has to happen behind the scenes that has to keep moving in order for things to work. So I'm usually doing something. I like watching TV shows.
Shout out.
Me and 1080p watch TV shows. Most of the shows we can't watch with kids around, unfortunately.
Because we have those.
Yeah, I like listening to music. I like playing video games when I get a chance to do that. I like being active. I mean, I wouldn't be like infinite lock and say I like to work out, but I like to do stuff that has me moving, if you get what I mean by that. I mean, I don't know if you wanted more from that question. I feel like that's enough of an answer.
Yeah, whatever you want to share.
I work and play games, yo.
Shout out, man. Push the button.
I work,
There's your tag.
edit content for the channel, and play games. I mean, right now, this is just an area of my life where I'm just trying to get us ready for our next big thing or whatever like that. But other than that, I'm chilling. Like I'm playing a game, listening to music, watching some TV. But one thing I guess that I'm trying to start more is like trying to actually start going back out again. We recently just went to Devonair's event and stuff like that. So I feel like that's what I want to get back into, like just going out and supporting people again, because I feel like we were doing that a lot pre-COVID.
Yeah.
And then after COVID, it was just like, I might go out, maybe. But I like supporting people. I like, that's why we was always going to Bang Bang's parties and stuff, I mean, it was fun, but I just love supporting people, whatever they're doing.
Same.
And we were doing table reads and all that. So if it's not playing games, I'm going out doing something and trying to support some people in whatever they're doing.
Well, I do the most. I think everybody in this room knows that. My schedule sucks, man. I'm constantly
He's
doing.
a businessman.
Yes, if I'm not going to work, and I got the small business, and then social engagements, and then of course we do content creation, which is super dope. But usually my schedule is like I'm here too. So then networking is a part of it. You gotta socialize. Like it's a lot of moving pieces, and yeah, so it's chaotic. Everybody tells me I got to slow down. So
He does, yo.
I do a lot. But I think refocusing on like the priorities is pretty much what I'm focused on right now. So I've been cutting some things down just so I can have more time to like, because over time it wears you down when you're doing so much and you're organizing this you can only do so much. So minimizing and only working on the things that really matter to me the most is something I've been kind of honing on in, and I think I'm getting okay at it. So, but yeah, I do the most, y'all. I'm sorry, man.
Don't be sorry. That's finding the balance for it all, right?
Yeah.
Just ain't finding it, and that's okay. Okay, let's see.
Oh, you didn't want to answer the question?
I mean, I don't do nothing. My day to day looks like I work, and then I take care of these kids.
Shout out.
That's that. Sundays, I'm y'all's, and then that's it.
Yeah.
I support y'all as in any way that it is needed, and that's that.
I don't even want to bring up taking care of these kids.
No, shout out. That's beautiful.
I mean,
That's
I
like,
just kids are hot. They're
especially
parenting.
the boy. It's like 10 jobs.
I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot.
He said the boy.
Yeah,
That's
Boy.
yeah.
that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, because I mean, parenting is not easy, and you're trying to raise humans to be good.
Yeah, very important.
I mean, at least you want them to be, because it's. Hell, I don't need a therapy session right now.
Yeah.
So let's move on. Harry 7 and Anna what? And a pure. I don't know how to. I can't read. They want to know some school memories and talk about some favorite foods.
School memories.
Yeah, I apologize for jacking up your name.
Either one of y'all got one already lined up?
I mean, what kind of school memories?
Whatever
say,
you want to share.
I was a menace. I was a mean menace. I was a monster. Nobody would like me as a child. That is 100% fact.
You weren't no America's Sweetheart?
No. No. And then I found out I was funny at a young age too. And I was going in, like I was picking on, not like bullying, but I used to joke with everybody, the teachers.
Were you the class clown?
Okay, I'll tell you a story. This is when I knew I was the class clown. It was like the 6th grade, and we had a substitute teacher come in, and she had like a wild name, right? Like, I think it was like Miss Mahoney or Mahorny or something like that, or something like that. And when she said the name, everybody looked at me to tell the joke. And I remember being so mad for some reason because I was like, so that's all y'all want me for? I told the joke and it was hilarious. I didn't get kicked out the class neither. But I remember feeling a certain way like, these guys, they just want me to be funny. I realized I was a class clown, so yeah, I was bad. And then I was a kid who didn't get in trouble, but like egged on the person to get in trouble. Like I was sneaky bad. Like they'd be like, but he was doing it too. What you talking about? You know, so yeah, I was bad, man. Oh
my goodness.
I was so bad. So, but yeah, that's my high school memory right there, class clown.
I guess I can divulge something. So I mean, I was not bad in class. I was good. All my teachers will tell you I was good. I was quiet in class. I did no work. That's facts. I was the kid that didn't want to be the smart kid in class, so I actually didn't do my work half of the year, and I do it the other half of the year.
Oh yeah, the makeup assignments.
In math class, I would literally do the homework in class, fall asleep, and I'd pass the homework around for everybody else to copy.
Yeah.
You know, I used to want to run track and play in a football team so bad, but my grades wouldn't allow me because, like I said, I only did work half of the year. The other half I wouldn't, so you can't. I would do just enough to pass, but I didn't want to be joked by the popular kids for being a nerd.
Yeah.
So I just didn't excel in grades. Like I knew the stuff, but I just didn't really apply myself because I was just like, man, if I get honor roll, I'm getting joked.
That's that time.
So yeah, I didn't participate in any stuff like that. And yeah, I was a good kid in school. You know, I used to play a lot of video games. We'd go to my friends' houses and play video games. I used to get banned from using characters at other people's houses. I remember I'd go over to my friend Mark's house and play Smash Brothers. I was banned from using Pikachu. I would go over to their house to play Killer Instinct. I was banned from using Orchid. I was banned from using TJ Combo, and I was banned from using Fulgar. I was not allowed to use any of those characters because it was their house. They made the rules. Yeah, I mean, I used to steal.
Nice.
Yeah, there you go. I'm just saying, I don't want to pay myself.
You just said you was a good kid.
I was
in school.
You can still be good as
I was still good.
Depending on what he steals.
We was broke. I mean, I was still in video games.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know you know how they had the $20 video game section. So the expensive games was in a glass case. You know, so I had figured out this little trick of stealing games, and I remember I showed my brother how to do it.
That's dope.
I showed him how to steal the games because I was like, yo, you could steal the games, and then you could take them to cash converters and sell them. And cash converters knew everything everybody was bringing was stolen.
Yeah.
This is a company, you know, basically a glorified pawn shop. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't feel like I was a bad person because I used to do it. Then my brother got caught and I stopped stealing. I was just like, yeah. By the way, I was the other reason I was stealing this because I couldn't work outside of the summer.
Yeah.
And my parents never gave me money because they didn't have any. So love you, mom and dad, if you're watching this. But yeah, I used to work in the summers, and when I wasn't able to work, I would just steal stuff from Walmart, from Kmart, Super Kmart. Mm-hmm. And I guess I'll throw something in there I regret. I had a guitar. My uncle gave me a guitar. It was a bass, actually.
Shout out.
It was a bass. It was a right-handed bass. I'm left-handed, but I could have flipped the strings around and still used it. And I traded it in for a Nintendo 64 at that same cash converters we used to sell all our stolen stuff to. So, and I remember the day he found out. I felt really bad. But we still had mad fun playing Mario Kart 64. I'm just saying. But in long term, looking at it, I really wish I would have took the time to learn how to play the bass, as opposed to the thousands of hours I probably spent on Mario Kart and WWE No Mercy and NWO WCW Revenge.
Well, I ain't got no stories.
That's right, you're privileged.
You can definitely tell some of the stories from here if you want.
I ain't got no stories. I was a lame growing up. I ain't afraid to say it. You know,
no such thing.
I was always the one that was afraid to skip. I wasn't skipping no school, man.
I was skipping
I wasn't
hard.
getting caught. I was always the tall big boy that didn't do nothing because I didn't like sports. I was just into video games and TV. I ain't got no good stories. I mean, nah, I ain't telling that.
That's why I was like,
but I mean, there's some stories, but pretty much, man, I was quiet. I mean, I'll tell you what. The person I was in school would have never been sitting in here in this chair right now.
Oh,
I did not like talking to people. I just did not like talking to people. You see me, I had a do-rag and headphones on everywhere I went.
What color was the do-rag?
And black.
shut up.
Everybody would tell you. Oh, he over there listening to music. I was just always to myself, just chilling. So, yeah, I mean, I didn't really start to come out my shell until like 16, 17. It was real late. Real late.
Dope.
So I was really to myself. I had my band of friends and everything like that. I wasn't just like, just to myself all the time. But people will tell you I was pretty much just to myself. So favorite food though, I love tacos. I love Mexican food. So yeah, tacos and nachos. Answer that part of the question. Y'all answer that part of the question. Favorite food.
Favorite food when I was young is always pizza.
Mine was the hottest of the hot wings.
Okay.
Big hot wing fan.
Okay.
Yeah, and hot fries. Yeah, hot. I'm with it. And this question brought me back to childhood trauma. I just want.
That's what I'm saying. I got a lot of trauma from my childhood, man. I don't really got good.
I mean, I do too, but
I have some good memories. Don't get me wrong. It's just there was a lot of moments I had growing up, and I don't like to reflect on most of them.
I put it this way: I got kicked out at 16 years old. They was like, "Hey, you got to go." Like, all right, dude, peace out.
Damn.
Tough, boy. Woo.
That's tough, yeah.
Yeah. Younger me, be better. You know?
Really, be better. I don't have a favorite food. I just like food. I was a good child as a child. Like my proudest moments is when I was a math marker in 5th grade.
Okay.
Because I don't know what it was. I just like telling everybody they were wrong with math because that was the only thing I was good at. The other subjects was trash. I had honor roll a lot, and it was like, and you know what the bad part is? Like, it's a memory that my mom remembers, so I remember it because she says it often. It was like when I got honor roll and Bill Clinton called and left a voicemail on the answering machine.
Bill Clinton called?
Yeah. So it's like that's the only thing I remember by me getting honor roll.
Nice.
No.
I'm trying to think. And then my other one accomplishment as a child, I used to dance like ballet, tap, jazz, all those kinds of things for like a good 8 years. And the one time that I got Dancer of the Year.
Okay.
And then after that, it just went to shit hell.
See,
that's a healthy childhood.
Yeah.
great.
I don't know if you heard what she said. Then it went to shit.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah. I got the accolade, and I was like, all right, that's enough of that. I'm good after
And
that.
then life changed.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pivot points.
Pretty much. It was like all those things like led up to the pivotal movement, and then everything changed. Then I moved, and then everything just went straight to shit. So, but then it got better because I met you guys. So there's that.
That's dope.
All right, so let's see. Next question. Gabby in your area wants to know, what are your favorite K-dramas that you all watch?
I don't watch any K-dramas.
The one that Ambitious Ace is gonna write.
Which one? Oh, you said the one I'm going to write?
That's what he said.
Whatever you write.
I haven't gotten to as much as I would want to. I have a whole bunch on my list, but Itaewon Class, it was my first.
The Squid Games count?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, I watched Squid Games.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Squid Games, of course. My favorite right now is Uncanny Counter. I really love that show. I enjoyed My Name. And one we're currently finishing up right now is Bloodhounds. And I've watched a couple more, but I can't think of the name. But yeah, I'm starting to get into them a lot more lately, and I love ones with like a good like action bit, but I do love some dramas as well. So it's I'm just trying to figure out what I like specifically. But as long as the production value is good and everything, got a nice story, yeah, that's what I'm into.
I ain't got no beef against them. I just haven't seen a trailer for one that I'm like, yo, I gotta check that out. That's my only thing.
Yeah.
Dope. And yeah, I don't watch it either. I can't multitask. 'Cause
Well, because you never want to sit down and watch something. So if they're not speaking in English, that requires you to stare at the TV. Because she misses half of the action things that happen on screen, y'all.
shh.
Because she be
Oh.
she's always doing something, you know.
Well, because I just can't read and watch. That's what my issue is. Because like I tried last night, I read and I fell asleep.
It's understandable.
Yeah.
So it's my
Yeah,
my
because
attention
we've
span.
been watching Invasion, and you have people speaking English, and then you have British English speakers, then you have a Japanese group, and then you have a, I guess, Middle Eastern group,
Mhm.
and they have an accent.
Mm.
So everybody that they're showing and they're jumping back and forth, like you have to mentally adjust to the accent when
Mm.
you're listening to them talk,
Okay.
True.
and you know, and obviously when they're in Japan, you literally have to just read it unless you know
Yeah.
Japanese.
Yeah.
So it's just
Gotcha.
like, you know, it's a lot of reading,
Gotcha.
but it's cool. I like it.
Gotcha.
But for her, it's just like,
Because my brain is a little, it just can't keep up. Yeah, to
Sure.
do it all at the same time.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna move on. Senor Lullaby 6338 wants to know what y'all favorite movies, video games, and TV shows, and a bonus is for your all-time gaming system.
Oh.
That's a lot.
It is.
that's a lot.
Can we
All
just do
time.
off of our favorite gaming
That's
systems?
tough.
Can we just do that?
Okay.
Mine becomes from a tie. Well, not a tie, but I would say all-time favorite is definitely PS2, but runner-up will be Dreamcast
Dreamcast. Yeah.
because Dreamcast had a lot of gems that nobody paid attention to. But most definitely, all-time favorite console will be PS2. I'm gonna give you a third one just to throw a third one in there. Nintendo 64.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
I
You didn't answer the rest of the question.
That's a broad question.
Favorite TV show. What else was in there?
There's a lot. I can't answer all that in one. There's a lot I
You
like,
did not
y'all.
come prepared.
It's even when I try to think,
that's it.
even when I try
Oh,
to
yeah.
think about the question, I
Just
can't.
vomit.
Huh?
Just vomit.
Yeah, what you got?
All time. So hold on. I'll go. Favorite console. I go.
She said vomit.
Yeah.
Throw it
I'll go,
out?
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Throw it out there.
Favorite console. I'll go with Nintendo 64 probably because that's probably the most amount of time I've ever spent playing video games.
Fact.
Between 007, Mario Kart, Def Jam, Vendetta. There was a lot of games. Or Def and Vendetta was GameCube. But I
Yeah.
spent so much time playing.
WWF for
The
all.
amount of time I spent on 007 alone
Yes.
is probably absolutely mind-numbing to most people. Favorite, it was what TV show?
Mm-hmm.
Favorite all-time TV show?
That's hard.
Yeah, that is actually
a tough one.
fairly tough. But I'll just
Vomit.
say you said vomit.
Just saying.
The Wire.
I'll basically say yeah.
Ooh.
Well, I was about to say that. You stole
That's
my
a
Yeah,
good one.
she said vomit. I vomited. So The
There you
Wire.
go.
That's
There
a
you
good
go.
one,
That's
yeah.
what I
That's
want
one
you
of
to
them
do.
right there. That's one of them.
Vomit.
Damn.
The Wire was absolutely fantastic. It's kind of hard to find too many shows that can really top what they put together on
There
there.
has been no show that made me go back and respect the season I did not like. I
Yeah.
did not enjoy season 2 of The Wire.
Well, just the fact that, and I just found out that all those characters were people. So Mahershala Ali,
Mhm.
Mike Coulter, and who was the other person? Anthony Mackie all
Yeah.
tried out for Stringer Bell.
Really? I never knew that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
But yeah, what was there was something else in there?
Movies.
Movie,
Oh.
Coming to America and The Last Dragon. What else?
Go to me.
That's it.
Huh? Oh,
That's
okay.
Your favorite video games?
Oh, favorite video game of all time? I'd still say it was probably Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
I can't really get over the feelings. what game made me? You know, the game that made me feel the absolute most emotions ever was The Last of Us 2. People give that game so much shit, but I want to praise that game because I've never been like that angry. Like the emotions I went through, and then the last scene, like I was just like, no, I don't want to do this shit. I've never felt like that in a video game before.
Like I say all the time, The Last of Us 2 is the greatest game that I'll never play again.
Nice.
Love it.
And by the way, I'll take back my Wire for, since he already said The Wire, best TV show of all time. I'll just go Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Mm.
Come on.
Yeah, I'll just backtrack.
Y'all took both my joints, man. Well, I'll choose Martin then. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
you
yeah, there we go.
I'm telling you, all you gotta do is vomit.
Yeah, I was gonna say Living
Getting the
Single.
head stuck
That
in
was
the
mine.
board.
Yeah. But my favorite scene with Martin was when he was dragging that dog. Oh yeah.
The Nino Brown.
The Nino Brown one. But Martin has low key one of the best comedies. Like, I mean, man, that joint was so funny. I love Fresh Prince, but yeah, Martin was the truth. Favorite console has to be PlayStation 1, 2, 3. 4.
That ain't fair. That is not fair.
I'll say PS1 only because like that was my first thing I had to be responsible for. You know, people got like pets. I had a machine I had to be responsible for, and I took care of the machine. So I wiped the disc down. Remember we had to clean disc back in the day. Like I took care of that joint. I had a little sister. Every time I see fingerprints, I'll be like, touching my games. You know, like I really took care of that system. So PS1. My favorite game has to be Final Fantasy, the one with Squall and 8.
8, yeah, 8.
8, man. That got me into the journey of like I guess you call it the nerd type of thing. Cause I considered myself a cool guy when I was younger, and video games was my thing. But that Final Fantasy though, when I saw Squall and that thing dancing, he was all nerds and stuff. I was like, man, that would be me tripping all over myself. Like, but favorite game by far was that game right there, and I think that was it. I think we said movie Coming to America though. I wanted to choose something else. Coming to America, that or Don't Drink Juice While in the Hood.
Don't be a menace.
Don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood.
Yep.
I never laughed so hard as a child until I saw that. That was one of my favorite movies growing up.
Nobody said Baby Boy. But I will say, hey, I just want to point out Set It Off is one of the most emotional movies I've ever seen.
Set It Off too. Yeah.
I'm thinking about so much in my head. This is why I don't like these questions.
Vomit.
Yeah, I just threw it out there.
1080p.
Oh. Well, I'm not a gamer, so
That's fine. You can say
I'll
Sonic.
Tetris?
no, it's like between Sega
Solitaire.
and Nintendo. Shut up.
That's a game.
Pinball?
I know it is. No, but I'm talking about like the system. It was
Oh, okay.
Sega was the only one that I actually owned.
Oh, the Genesis.
Yeah, I did just say Sega, didn't I?
Classic.
Yeah, the Sega Genesis is the only one that I actually owned. So it's a little biased. But I guess
And technically, you've owned a Xbox 360.
I'm talking about when I was a
and-
children.
Okay.
Shout out.
When I was a children, Sega was the only one that I actually owned.
Sega.
Exactly. So I grew up playing Sonic and what was it, Victor Man?
Okay.
That was my shit.
Oh,
She had
Victor.
the, she had
just
the,
unlocked the
she had the
memory.
Genesis too.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
that was my
It
shit.
came with the Vector Man game.
Yeah.
Good.
That's the one that I liked the most. And then like on Nintendo, it was the track and field one when you had the power pad.
Oh, I remember that joint.
Because I was a beast at hurdles. That was the only time I was good at hurdles because I wasn't good in real life.
Who used to cheat by holding themselves up in the air and just,
No, you just lift up your heels. I just lifted up my heels. That's all you got to do.
and then you jump off the thing,
Yeah.
but you got to jump back on. before it
Exactly.
falls.
Exactly. That's why I loved it. My favorite show is like between Girlfriends and then Imposters.
Nice.
Trying to think. And then movies, it's like I don't know.
A Disney movie.
Shut up. It was like Cinderella, The Little Mermaid, Peter Pan,
What?
Death Becomes Her, Drop Dead Fred, Willy Wonka, Problem Child 2, Big, She Devil, House Party, Class Act, Drumline.
House Party. That's right.
Like when I read the question, I just vomited all of those things out. And I was like, oh, let me just it's so broad.
It's hard
too
for me
much.
because then if I name something,
It takes you down the rabbit hole.
3 hours later, I'm gonna be thinking about this recording right now. Damn, I should have said this.
Exactly.
Well, you can
Damn.
always add it in post.
Oh, I'm just like, hey y'all.
Yeah.
Editor Ace
That
here.
movie I was talking about.
Right.
I forgot to mention Inception.
Nobody
Inception. Ooh.
Nobody's
No.
saying Inception.
No, that's one of my favorite movies.
What?
Really?
Yes. Inception is one of my all-time favorite movies, actually. Yes.
Jumanji? Come on now.
Oh, Jumanji is a classic. See what I mean?
man.
This is hard for me.
Next
It's
question.
tough.
Next question.
Okay, well,
It's
this is the
tough.
last question from KR Booyer 0505. Are there any things other Jesus Christ. Are there any other things like the podcast that you guys want to do in the future, branching out or even more? Thank you for all the work you do, providing enjoyment for everyone.
Thank you.
Thank
Oh,
you
that's
for
dope.
that. We appreciate that.
I mean, can't you can't tell we've been doing a whole bunch of stuff this year, just alone, right? We've done a whole bunch of things that we haven't done before. There's some stuff that'll be out before the end of the year that some of you guys should already actually expect. But yeah, we're working on some things. Try not to spoil. I want to talk. Yeah, I know I normally just talk.
Yeah.
But you know, we haven't talked about talking about these things. So
Talked about talking.
There's
about
something
talking.
coming very soon that you guys will be excited to see, and I hope y'all support.
sometime
it
in
a lot.
October, I'll just say that.
Yes,
There
I
you
think
go.
that's that's
There you go.
Yeah.
In October, be on the lookout for something
Just
pretty cool.
Be on the lookout. Yes, very proud of it. I think it's going to be something
Monumental.
monumental.
Oh, that's what we
I
gonna
ain't-
call
I ain't
it.
about to put the DP oil.
right.
I think it's going to be monumental. I think that
Mental.
if you all been rocking with us since the beginning, y'all gonna love it. Some of y'all might be hating, but it's okay.
Yes.
It's okay. But I think it's gonna be amazing, and I can't wait to be finally able to talk about it.
You excited about it?
Oh yes,
Yes. I am not.
I am not.
And there'll probably only be one more episode of Tune Trials with Reactors, just because they're so hard to get along to do it. So, I mean, might be with some like do it in another way, but with Reactors, it's tough, y'all. It's tough, and y'all ain't harassing these people enough. I'm just saying, like, if they did it, they would
yeah.
probably be like, all right, fine.
It'll happen. It'll get easier.
No,
It will. But yeah, other than that, yeah, just stay tuned. Yes,
All right. So is that a podcast?
that was actually a podcast.
I guess so.
Yeah, we're talking.
Yeah, we were talking
Yeah,
more about ourselves than we usually do.
It's like a therapy
it's really
session.
uncomfortable.
It's like
Not
a therapy
really.
session.
Real.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I just don't think, I don't think my life is all that interesting. I'm human.
Yeah, I don't like talking about.
I'm pretty sure the idols can tell you similar stories. They used to go steal Twinkies and fudge rounds, and
Twinkies and fudge rounds.
you know what those are.
Yeah.
Okay then.
What are fudge rounds?
I know.
Are
I
they
know
like
moon
Drakes?
pies. Are they like moon pies?
He looked at me like he was disgusted. I'm like, what are fudge rounds?
I never heard of fudge round. I know zebra cakes.
I know that.
Yeah,
yeah.
classic.
Banana cream twin cream pie thingies.
Yeah.
Are you talking about like the little chalk thing with the swirls? Oh, that is called fudge round. I know that box.
Oh yeah.
That wasn't my favorite. I wasn't always into
no
those.
one ate
Yeah,
that though.
nobody ate
I was
that.
a more of an oatmeal cream
I
pie
used-
kind of
oatmeal
guy.
cream
Yeah, oatmeal cream pie.
You know?
Yeah.
I used to tear these up.
What?
Shout out to fudge round lovers.
Yeah, I
The
was-
cosmic brownies.
Yeah.
Oh
you know?
yeah, with the little M&M looking
Cosmic
fake
brownies
M&M.
was always
Yeah.
gone, and they wanted 10 cents more. I ain't like that.
Ah,
The fudge rounds and the oatmeal joints were
Oatmeal
25.
cream pie.
yeah.
The cosmic brownies was 35 cents.
Yeah.
How much are they now? $1.25?
Probably.
$3.
Probably about
Yeah,
$3.
probably $3.
About $3.
Hell, McDonald's only ain't got a dollar menu no more.
No.
$1.79, $1.90,
That's
$1.99.
Terrible.
Well, man, I guess that's it. All right.
Yeah, I feel exposed. You know.
We'll have some more content for you guys.
Yes.
We got some more guests lined up.
Yes.
Well, we might do some on our own as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know December's coming up, or The end of the year is coming up. We got to do our awards for best everything in K-pop because these labels, because these other shows get them wrong.
Yes, they do.
I'm wrong.
I ain't saying nothing.
In our show, Blackpink will be winning best choreography for Pink Venom for the year.
Okay.
Y'all guys done?
Yeah, we good.
Yeah.
Stopping all the buttons.
All right, y'all. Peace.